Oh, God. Oh, there it is. Oh, let me get it again. Oh! Let me see if this one will.
No, it's not.
Dang it.
Dang it.
I do not want to start. Let me start over. What?
It.
What happened?
Well,
Why am I getting
yelled
yelled
at?
at?
You get the cart number from it.
And delete it?
No, and have that be the only one. Every time.
Who makes those?
Joe.
Let's call him.
No.
Joe's our boss, and
I think he's in Disney World right now.
That's the garbage place. I'm
can't
never going to go to vacation there.
Everybody says like, Disney World's the worst, and I'm just waiting for my kid to get old enough. I was like, let's do it.
I really hope. I hope you have a really good time, but part of me goes, I hope you're miserable. Then you come back and go, my God, were you right?
Dude, I love everything tourist. Everything that's garbage touristy. That's why my destination.
You should go to Mackinac.
The Dells, man. That's
the Dells, yeah.
That's the Mackinac for the inlanders.
You should really go to Mackinac Island and then go over to the island. You get a fanny pack, get your cat keys.
Dude,
you would love it. You should. And it's not even that expensive. I bet you could go over there.
Do they have?
I bet you could go $1,300.
That's
for
expensive.
to stay a week.
Oh, week?
Yeah, and you're getting. I mean, you're doing.
Do they have the stores that say everything under $4.95 except if it's in a case, and everything in a case is either an airsoft gun or a blow dart gun or a knife?
Think about that, but replace everything that you just said with fudge, and then you'll be on Mackinac. It's a horse ass. Wow, almost swore.
Hey,
a little too loose in today's show.
Two things. Yeah. A, we need to play this song because I want you to know who it is. But B, I forgot to write this on Trello because I was all excited about it. But then I also got a little sad today.
Okay.
Yesterday, because my wife's like, that's probably not it. But I think I know why I'm fat. Or getting fatter.
You didn't put it on there? You put look at you go.
I put a few things on there.
Wait a minute. Why you're getting fatter?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it anything to do with your love for food?
Okay, I think
you
and my wife need to settle down and maybe just let me have this.
Okay, cool. There's a lot to get to today, but first I want to play this little game that you have here.
Yes.
You have a cover, and I got to name the guy who's doing the cover.
You need to name. It's a very notable person doing the cover.
For our opening song.
And it's also a very noticeable song. So you need to name both.
Jared.
What? I haven't even started. From Subway?
No, yeah, that's what. I didn't mean him.
He doesn't have a music career? Not anymore.
No. I have these jokes that are working in my head, and I'm like, well, I'll just go past those jokes. You shouldn't joke about this. No, the dude. The guy
Cosby.
The dude from 7-Eleven. No, Jared Neiman. No.
What the hell are you talking
30
about?
30 Seconds to Mars.
Leonard
Cohen.
Jared Leto.
Letterman.
Jared Letterman.
Is that it?
No.
That was a long explanation for not being right. Okay? You can pause that right now because it's Footloose.
That's just not true.
I don't know, but I'm happy. It's making me happy.
This song is so good, and I've only heard 38 seconds of it until I stopped it, and I was like, we need to hear it all.
Theme?
No! It does sound a lot like Growing Pains, doesn't it?
Oh! I have no idea who it is besides Sam Smith. That's all.
No, you'll get it. It's a 3-word band title.
Dance with some Whitney Houston who did it. Summer of Sam.
What?
What's the dude's name? Summer of not the guy that murdered people. Who's the dudes I'm thinking about?
I am 30 Seconds of Summer?
Yeah.
No. Summer in Rehab? That's not a band. It just sounds like a sad summer. They also sang songs as Sugar We're Going Down.
Oh, Fall Out Boy.
There it is.
All right.
Hey,
I hate it now.
you want a fun fact on where they got their name from so you can hate them more?
Okay.
The Simpsons.
Why? What was The Simpsons?
They used to have a character on there called Radioactive Man.
Yeah.
He was like the comic book, like
Sure.
his sidekick was Fallout Boy.
Do The Simpsons make any money from that? Then?
Probably not.
I would sue. Is this new?
I have no idea. February 21st, 2018. We don't have to listen to the whole
I like
thing.
it now. We got to.
I feel like it's pretty much the same the rest of the
Yeah,
song.
but that's okay. I like it. Actually, I think we should do it again.
For real? Let's do it!
Yeah.
Yes! Woo! Listen how angsty they sound! You can't tell me what to wear, Dad!
Whitney Houston's dead and gone, right?
Yeah, she did cocaine in a bathtub, which is apparently worse than putting a toaster in a bathtub.
Didn't her daughter do the same thing? Didn't her daughter?
I think so, yeah. She OD'd on coke, too.
Yeah.
That's a weird tradition.
Yeah, that's a tradition you probably don't have to keep.
I got love handles from my family.
Not bathtub cocaine, Dad?
Nope.
Wow, shouldn't laugh at that this morning.
Well, it's been long enough, right?
Nobody listens to us anyway at this time.
We only have, like, Kyle on delay.
That's about it.
And then
maybe Cindy.
Maybe. And then people who have left their radio on so their dog doesn't feel like they're alone.
I wanna feel the heat with somebody.
Hey, Kyle on delay just said that he misses foreplay. We haven't done that in a really long time.
Well,
because
you had a kid, Kyle. It's gonna take a while.
She just can't bounce right back into
Yeah,
it.
geez, 6 weeks, man.
God, I remember. Well, that's too much info. But I remember when after the baby, my wife and I'm like, well, this should probably happen, or I'm gonna find someone else. I think those are my exact words.
I was just gonna say, I feel like you at one point in time, like 2 weeks after the baby was born, you came out of the shower naked and said, one of us is doing something.
Well, and she's never been happy about it, but she wasn't happy then because it just, I don't know, because I'm sure everything's painful.
Yeah, your wrist and mouth. Come on.
All right. Let's do it again.
Yeah? What? For real? Are you really serious? Yes!
Jill's listening too. Who the hell is Jill?
Yeah, Jill!
I love you, Jill. I like this. Screw you. I listen every day at this time. Oh, I'm sorry.
And then they're like, yeah, you know you have silent P1s too. No, we didn't know that. We thought only the people who talk to us are the ones listening. I feel like
it's kind of like where you think the only people listening in the car are right by this road.
Yeah.
Or right in front of the building on that road. That's it.
Every now and then it still feels like I'm doing my radio show on that Fisher-Price thing that only broadcasts to the radio in the next room.
Hey, we should bring in those CB radios. I think that'd be so fun if we could hook them up with a little antenna. Talk to the... Have we thought about doing that before?
I think so.
Yeah.
What I think we should do is we should hook... I don't know how this works. We should hook our CBs up to the tower and talk to people in California.
That's at ham radio. Did I tell you that's how dorky I was? One time I was going to take a test to be a
A
ham radio operator, and I was going to have it in my home.
I don't know what the hell a ham radio is.
I was doing a night show, man. A ham radio is like you talking to people in California. It's bouncing off your signals, bouncing off repeaters.
How long does it take to get from like here to California?
Quick. It just like bounces off this antenna to this antenna. And then once this was happening, I'm like, oh my God. Technology is happening, though. I don't need to do that anymore. I can just do it right from my phone.
Yeah. As you looked at your old Nokia flip phone, you're like, this is the future.
So true. Well, it's Thursday, which is cool. I guess I like Thursdays. I mean, it's not Friday. It's not a Saturday, but it's definitely Thursday, and it's fun. Hopefully today I get good news on the endorsements that's happening.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this endorsement for the last month. And now me and you too are a little like this. When I want it now.
Yeah, how about that was the same thing with my truck endorsement when he was like, let's just, wait, let's give them time to decide. And I was like, yeah, I agree. And then I went to the dealership and bought a car and basically forced their hand. I was like, then I went back up to that guy who was named, no, I can't say what we called him because it seems mean now.
Which one? The Eric?
No, it was the other one.
Other sales?
It was the meanest thing I think I've ever said about a human being.
Pig valve.
Named a pig valve.
I forgot about that.
He was like, did you buy that truck? And I was like, yeah, I did. So you should get that endorsement because it's a payment I can't afford. He's like, oh, thanks. And then I quit 2 weeks after.
You know what sucks is I had one sales girl who I love. I absolutely love her. No, I mean, really, I'm in love with her. I love her.
Is she still there?
Yeah.
Oh, who knows?
No,
I think that building got burned
No.
down.
I'm talking about one here. This one I'm doing now. No, she's really cool. And I was like, hey, I'm looking for this, and I know they have certain ones there that I would endorse.
Yeah.
And it took her a few weeks or whatever, and she finally got
tried with somebody.
Well, a day before I got onto a sale because she was taking too long. Apparently, in my head, I'm like, oh man. I feel like she's not doing. I know she's doing things, but this is the difference between on air and sales.
Yeah.
We don't know what each other. We have the same outcome. We want to make money, and we want to make money for the company. But we don't know what each other, we don't know our jobs. And that's just how it is. Yeah. I don't know what sales do. They don't know what the preparation is for this or whatever. Mm-hmm. And our prepreparation is just, hey, what do you want to talk about?
Jelly. We got to make sure we walk into the studio smooth.
That's right. And then I could tell when she would totally get mad, though, because the day before I get on another sales and I'm like, hey, do you think you could make this happen? She's like, probably. Went to a building, a business, and said, yeah, they want to talk to you. So I had to tell the other sales girl that was working on this for 3 weeks, said, hey.
And she finally made some leeway, too.
And she did that next day.
So you basically were living out the plot of a sitcom where a guy asked two girls to homecoming. Yes. One said no, and then the other one said yes, and then the one you really wanted came back and said, never mind, I will. So now you're like, oh, I'll go to the prom with both of you.
I called you and I go, what am I going to do? And you're like, in my brain, I went, lie.
Take him to the same restaurant and then keep saying you have to go to the bathroom and just go to each table.
I was thinking about, I'll just endorse both and they will never know.
I'll get 2 bikes.
And so I ended up emailing her and say, hey, look, I'm because the one business that the one girl's working with, can I just say it? Nah, better not.
Nah.
They're awesome. I really want to work with them because I've been there. I've bought things from them. And I just really like, it's like kind of a locally owned business.
Yeah.
You know, they're against the bigger businesses.
Which I didn't know that they had those.
Yeah, they do.
In your
I'm going to say it, Recyclist. Because I really do like them, and they battle with the other big businesses.
What is a big business?
Wheel and Sprocket.
Oh,
it's a huge.
Screw you!
Well, I think they may advertise. I don't know.
Well, never mind.
But they have they're kind of the bigger one. Anyway, so I had to tell her all this and then here's the thing. I don't know if this one's going to happen. And then I shut the door on the other one. So it's like, just Lord. So you know what's going to happen in a month? I'll just be here again.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to endorse old Uncle Jake. Maybe because I call myself Uncle Jake.
That could be it. Hey, did you hear growing pains might come back? He's dead.
I wish I would have just fell over. Please tell me Seaver's going to be there. Mike Seaver. Is it hotter than balls in here?
It is. Isn't that Alan Thicke? Alan Thicke's dead, man. Did nobody tell you?
No, isn't Mike the boy?
Is that
The supple boy?
that supple? The supple one? No, Kirk Cameron. I heard he wants to. I heard pretty much all of them want to come back, other
Is he
than
gonna bring Jesus?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I wonder why Leo won't do it.
Yeah, I wonder why. Scheduling conflict.
Yeah. All I knew was Kirk Cameron was super involved with Jesus. And
Yeah.
they were like boyfriend.
They're tight, man.
He's super, yeah. That's all right. But like, it was funny because I remember I watched a behind the scenes of Growing Pains. That's where I was a few years ago in my life. And they had a whole hour special.
Years ago. What are you talking about? You shouldn't have watched that past 96.
And they were talking about Mike was the crazy kid on set, getting into trouble all the time, not caring. Then he went away on Bible camp. Let me just tell you what Bible camp does to you. He went away for like a month.
Yeah.
Came back, and Jesus was in him, and he never
felt Jesus inside.
Never did, and that's great. That's awesome, and I'm glad because he's lived a very happy life this way. But it completely. I went to church camp one time for a week. Did I tell you that? I did. When I was like 15.
This was still around that pray it away kind of phase? Man.
This is why we don't get endorsements, because of you.
Oh, God, we got to go.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just want to say, and after that week, man, it was a completely different life. I really was. I was like I really felt like I was on a better path.
We don't have time to get into it. We're already going to be late.
Stays at Jesus. What happens at Jesus camp stays at Jesus camp.
I knew it was a pray it away kind.
We can talk about this possibly more next with the Jake and Tanner Show. Doesn't the camera look a little off? There, that's a little bit. I think yours might be off too. I guess. Hey, by the way, we're talking cameras. You can be a part of that. All you got to do is text TV to the Ewart Pest Control text line to 71090, and you can watch us live in the studio. What's up? You want me to move this? I haven't even moved it.
There we go.
All right. You can call us too, 866-916-0959. 3 people on the show. One of those people don't even care about the show. She just leaves when she's only been here for like 2 days.
Yeah. Hey, what do you want? You liking it here? Yeah, I'm going to take a week off to go to Maine.
Wonderful.
Oh, okay, cool. Those weren't related.
She's an executive producer. We call her whatever her face is.
Yeah.
There's 2 other guys, though, that host the show. One of those being me. My name is Jake, and I want to talk a little bit what I got at Costco, and I shouldn't have yesterday.
I love Costco talk.
Tanner?
Oh, my name is Tanner. I'm the other host of the show. And I guess I'll start with this. I got a check, or I kind of really ruined it now. I got something in the mail yesterday that made me cry, and I thought that was a great tease.
Oh my God, let's forget what just happened.
And
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. How much was it for?
You don't even know what it is yet. I didn't tell you.
Okay, all right. Do you want that to go to a different? Or
We can't.
Hell, let's do it right now because my Costco thing is not even that important.
No, we'll get to both of them.
Okay, it's not that big of a deal except you're shedding tears when you open a mailbox.
Well, yeah, but to you,
that
it's
was the gout.
It's gonna be nothing. Your neighborhood. This is what you guys just like give away at Christmas.
What is it?
I got a check in the mail.
Wait a minute.
Shocker!
You have built this up so much. This better be flipping huge.
Well, no, it wasn't huge, but it made me tear up because, like, this
was on the prep sheet. You said that. Okay. Yeah, this did strike interest in me.
Oh, thank you for the approval.
Yeah, sorry. I know. I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. I'm just saying when I read it, I'm like, ooh, I want to know about that.
Oh, yes, I do care about this. Go on, peasant man. Tell me a story about why you have emotions over paper. No, so, like, we still had one more credit card to pay off.
Okay.
And, like, it was starting to build again, the way that Kayla and I like to build credit cards.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Well, because we got hit with a couple extra things this month that wasn't expected.
So you kind of put it on the Visa or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, guess put it on there because crap happened.
Sure.
And then we got a check in the mail because we overpaid for our house. Like, what we financed was more than what we owed.
How much?
Like $1,100.
Yeah.
But still,
that's
like,
great.
we got a check for $1,100.
That's really awesome. And wait, did that cover the new credit card expense?
It covered the credit card and then some.
Because you know what sucks is finally getting out of credit card debt and
then getting right back in.
Why don't you chop the card up? Just in case.
I have that one card. We have that one card for like
Mexico vacations,
hotels, and stuff like that. Just where it's like I don't want to tie up.
Sure.
$50-some, but I know that if I put it on a credit, it'll get put back on the card.
Right. No, I know. I get that. That's really cool. I can't give you an example, but I've had things like that work out where it's like, whoa, this was unexpected.
Yeah.
And this, boy, you must have been. Jesus loved you for a second there.
And it was a good day.
Yeah.
So I got home. There was like 3 things that my wife was like, did you notice something? And I was like, crap, she did something. I didn't notice.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Happy anniversary! You're pregnant! I don't know why I noticed that. Unless I was like really blind.
No, you just
like, I'm in the 4th trimester.
Just keep saying stuff. Yeah, just like...
No, I was
new
like...
shoes?
I was like, you finished the backsplash on the wall in the kitchen. She did. And I was like, that's awesome. She was like, you notice anything else? And I was like, dang, a double. And then we sold like a freezer that we had, a big stand-up freezer for like a couple $100. And I was like, hey, that's been sitting there on there. So that's awesome. She's like, you noticed the other thing? And I was like, why don't we?
See, I wouldn't play this game.
Why don't we stop playing this game?
Yeah.
One time, super fun.
That's fun. I don't remember giving you permission to talk, woman. Don't say that.
When
we love
spoken
women.
to.
That's right.
And then she was like, did you check out the papers on the counter? And I was like, no, I didn't check out the papers on the counter. And then we got that check, and I was like,
Dr.
things are
Bills.
just really starting to look up.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. My wife keeps getting moles removed for some reason, and we keep getting bills.
She's gonna look like a plastic person with
what-
no defects on her skin. She's just gonna look
like this. Is what she said.
She's
She
gonna
goes,
look
"It looks like."
photoshopped.
She's like, "It looks like this could be." I'm gonna go check it out, and I'm like, "Cool." The other 4 weren't. Well, just you risk it.
Yeah.
That is not okay to do. No. But every time,
Skin
because the
cancer's
insurance kind of suck a little
It
bit
does?
here.
What is it?
I don't know.
Well, I've never used it. Well, like I've used it, but I guess
I don't
I've
know.
never paid attention to it. What is it for moles? It's like $30 a mole.
Well, it's like, no, we just got another $500 bill for the lab fees and all of that. Well, she just got one done recently. We paid it off. And that was like whatever it was. And then now we just got a new one. I like snapping photos and go, this is because God made you like this. And things are wrong with you. This is why our kids can't go to college because you're moly.
Moles are just God's little reminder that you're disgusting.
I've gotten checks in the mail, though. Let me tell you a story about Uncle Krabs.
I still think he's your biological dad.
He wanted to date mom after. I would have been okay with this. After dad died, like 5 years afterwards, he kind of wanted to date her, but mom's like, no, I'd rather have cancer.
Smush parts.
And then she got cancer.
I don't think that it was a choice, Jake. I think if she dated him, the cancer was still going to happen.
And anyway, so that never happened, but it would have been really, I don't know why it would have been Nilo.
Didn't he live in like North Carolina with a duck?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah, he's definitely his own.
His name is Krabs.
Yeah,
I think it's biological, too. Like, I think his real name is Krabs. Like, it's on his birth certificate.
Well, out of the blue, we get a check that's from Krabs for $1,000, right?
Yeah.
And I call him, and this is Dad's best friend growing up.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I think that he wanted to, I don't know, connect with me or whatever and say, hey, I'm still looking out for you, even though your dad's gone or whatever. And it was $1,500, I believe.
Ooh.
And then I opened up with Krabs. You do not have to do this. I go, this is
as you're like at Target buying
I kid you
fur
not.
coats.
It was
so you don't have to, man.
Right. And he goes, you don't tell me what to do with my money. And I go, okay.
Isn't that weird when somebody does something nice for you and you don't have to do that, and then they get like irrationally angry at you
well,
for.
that's what he did. And he goes, I'll send you one right now. Checkbook, boom. Wrote another I got it in the mail like 4 days later, another $1,500 check. And again, I call him, I'm like, boy, Krabs, you don't have to do this.
Yeah, you don't got to do it. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna need that back.
And then he said, no. And then he goes, well, I just went to he lives in Georgia.
Somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, and he's never been married. He's had his best friend, Dad, Krabs, and this other guy all grew up together.
Mm-hmm. Like Stand By Me. They
Right.
looked at a dead body.
No, I'm sure. One of the guys,
one kid was fat, but he got skinny when he grew up.
Ended up owning Mall Airport. He had planes and he has an airport. Okay.
Mall Airport? Were they trying to do like two different things there?
No, it's like MAUL, not MALL. And he built this airport, and Krabs was one of the guys that would like work on the engines. It doesn't seem right. And he would take days off and just go on benders, 2 or 3 weeks benders, right? And they hired a guy specifically to fill in for Krabs because they couldn't fire him because he was a childhood friend. So he never could get fired. So he made really good money there, and he collected money on not a really great house that he's owned. He's never needed anything. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So he went to an accountant.
He had his duck. He's happy.
Yeah. He went to an accountant, and he told me, he's like, I got all this money. I don't know what to do with it. So I'm just going to give it to you, do some of it to you. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. And then in his drunken stupor, because he likes to drink, he told me that he's going to give me his house. And this went on.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Let's ask him where the house is.
Well, no, hold on. And he keeps saying, he's like, the house is really nothing. He said, the property is where you're going to make all the money. He's like, I don't have anybody in my life. I'm going to give it to you. And this went on for like a year. Every time he'd call me, he'd kind of bring it up. I need your social security number, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I called him one day and I'm like, hey man, you really don't have to give me that house. He goes, what are you talking about? This is when he was sober.
Oh no.
He's like, I ain't giving you no house.
When's the last time you talked to Uncle Krabs?
A few years, probably a few years. It's been
Is
a while.
it because you feel awkward calling him?
No, because he will talk and you'll be on the phone 2 hours with
Yeah,
them.
that's what old people do.
And you can't.
You know what you got to do? Call them on your way home. Because then you've got your hour and some, and then just be like, hey, man, just got home. Got to let you go. It's a perfect
That's
excuse.
it's definitely been before the drive. That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. Do that.
Try to get back into the house.
Yeah, try to get that house.
But
Maybe
anyway,
that dog. Didn't he find a dog and then he shoot it?
Yeah. I go, you could have just let it go.
That's where it came from.
Yeah. Well, it's just neat. That's the only time that has ever happened. My God, do you think there's any more stories like that? You just go to your mailbox and there's money.
Oh my God.
If that's happened to you, please call us 866-916-0959. I remember that's what I like to believe in the law of attractions. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't understand with the law of attractions, you really got to work. You still got to put in the effort. You can't just sit back.
You can't just say, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And then.
Well, that's what they say on The Secret, which is the law of attractions. They go, just visualize you getting checks in the mailbox. And so many people were doing this, and they go to open the mailbox, and there's just more bills.
Yeah, why don't I have those checks?
I do believe there's something in with the definitely with the law of attractions, but I also believe a big part of it is once you put your mind to that goal, you're going to find ways to achieve that rather than not think about the goal.
It's the same premise of you shouldn't worry about things, but if you didn't worry about like things, then you wouldn't do it.
Right.
You wouldn't fix the thing. Okay.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Jade.
Hey, Jade.
Jade.
Tom.
Jake.
James.
Am I saying that right? Jake?
Am I saying this right?
Yeah,
Sid?
like Jake and Tanner.
Jake. Anyway, did you ever go to your mailbox and go, there's money here?
Yeah.
Yeah, recently.
What happened?
Like a couple months ago, there was just a $500 check, like give or take. But so it was from my old bank. Like I transferred banks like 3 years ago, and then just randomly there was a check for $500 from my old bank, and they're like, "Yeah, we owe you this money," but I don't recall why or how or what.
Maybe you were gaining interest on it.
So what do you do now? Do you just pay off a bill, or are you like, man, I'm gonna go buy something fun. I'm gonna go have a date night by myself.
Did you tell your significant other, or were you just like, this is mine, I'm gonna get some nice stuff?
I was gonna blow it, but I did the responsible thing and pay off my student loan.
That's all you had left in the student loan. Good for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
You should have bought a better phone.
Yeah.
It was about $500, so I was like, I should probably just pay that off with this money. So.
All right, we're gonna let you go now.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks. Boy, again, and this career. There's no other career people will call up and
put their whole phone in their mouth.
They wouldn't do that. They would be professional. They would go into a different room. They'd roll up windows.
Well, I don't know. You remember the guy who microwaved butter on the news? Or no, the girl who microwaved the butter, and then he showed up wearing like a Sunkeeper's hat, drinking a Natty Light.
What?
You don't remember Butter Guy?
Man, do I want to watch that now? That's all I want to do. I don't even care about any of the money.
The girl that broke in, and then he had the sweet pun of "you butter not."
Oh, and the news guy. Yeah.
See, at least he disrespected the news.
That's true.
Or, oh my Lord, there's a fire. Like that lady.
Who's that? I miss that lady. Can you find that?
Yeah.
Hi, Taylor. Did you go to the mailbox and go, why is there money here, but I'm keeping it?
No, but my wife did, and we were making payments on her truck, and we transferred the loan over to a different bank, and they were still pulling money out. And they're like, hey, there's, $1,500 sitting in this account over in Oshkosh.
That's awesome. Isn't that fun? It's not free money, but it is in a way. You know what I mean?
Well, that, and you didn't notice that they were pulling out the money until they sent you a letter.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Take
care.
Bye.
When we closed on our house, the company we closed with direct deposited $2,900 to our account instead of the title company and never caught it. Here's somebody here. I quit a salary job and got 2 extra paychecks before they did the termination paperwork.
That's awesome.
Hi, where did you find them, or how much money did you find, or was given to you?
It was roughly around $960.
What happened?
Yeah, why?
I'm assuming that it was like back pay from when I had my kids.
Oh, that's my favorite. It's
an
like finding a
overpayment?
20 in your pocket.
Yeah, no doubt.
But better.
Yeah, but it was like a year or so later.
Yeah, and that's all. Isn't that so fun? That's just so fun.
Well,
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, because my husband
Oh.
took it and paid stuff off. So it
Oh,
was
you
like
didn't even get any fun with it.
Dude, I hate.
Thank you.
That's what I said. That was that nice thing that happened yesterday where we paid it off and we still had extra money. When I told Kayla, I was like, hey, if we weren't so irresponsible, we would have just got a check for $1,100 and could have done whatever we wanted with it. But we're stupid. And that's just what we do. Every time we get money, we put it on something.
Do you know what's scary? I'm watching a bunch of, because I wanted to put in the clock hour at one point about being homeless, because I found some videos and I thought it'd be neat to ask a question, maybe tomorrow or next week sometime. Have you ever found yourself homeless?
Yeah.
And one guy on there says most people don't realize it, but they're only like 2 paychecks away from being homeless. I mean, I understand what he's saying. It's probably not exactly 2 paychecks,
It's not
but
two, but
but he's saying like if you stop getting paid and you have
Like-
no family, you could lose everything.
Yeah, I mean, if me and my wife both lost our jobs, yeah, we have nothing in savings to hold up. That's what he's saying is you have nothing in savings to pay it.
But you have
I have
but
family
you
that
have
could
family
help
that
us,
could help out.
But I would still lose everything. That's
See,
the thing. I would have to start selling quick.
The only family I have would be my nephew, and I'd have to. And he said he's already building me a little house above his, like the garage attic. So when we
lives in an
inevitably
apartment.
lose
I
our
feel
job,
like he is lying.
No, he said you too.
Wait, what?
Because we're definitely going to lose this gig.
Well, yeah, I know we're married to each other, but
We got to move to Minnesota or Dallas or wherever he is.
I have family.
You got to take them.
Can they go? Oh, they can come with?
Yeah.
We're all going to live above one garage?
Until we get back to what we got to do until we work at a nigga. I can't even say IGA anymore.
It's an IGA.
Well, we called it IGAs.
It's a gas station, grocery store,
No
or
gas,
something.
no gas station. It's like a Piggly Wiggly, and they're in Michigan. They're called IGAs, but everyone in Michigan called them IGAs.
Okay. Stop. Please. Look at that text message.
What happened?
Top one.
I got a letter in the mail from Chase Bank telling me I have $1,100 in back support.
No, go down for
All right, I won $40,000 off Mountain Dew. Boy, do I want that story.
Right?
Hey, I want to let's hear more on that story. Call us or text us. We're going to play some commercials. We'll come back into this. When did you walk to the mailbox and open it up and go, wow, there's money here, and why? What's the story behind it? Also, I want to hear for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is a few years ago, right? This news story. Let's do it next.
Okay.
Jake and Tanner Show. We were just talking about, have you ever went to the mailbox and just got money somehow and a check, whatever happened? What was the story behind it? Unexpected, you know what I mean? You weren't waiting for it. Because it just happened to Tanner recently. He got $1,100. Hi, who's this? Is that me? Hang on,
What's happening?
Hold on real quick.
I don't know who that was and what was happening.
Hi, who's this?
Robbie.
Hi, Shelby.
Oh, no, Robbie.
Oh,
and
Robbie.
Robbie's the one that won $40,000 on Mountain Dew, isn't it?
All Robbie's drink Mountain Dews.
No.
Oh,
I'm just wondering if Tanner was from the $800 he lost.
yes. I got that all taken care of too. Remember, early in the week, I was like, I just lost $800. I don't know what happened. Yes.
Were you up at night worrying about that?
Yeah. You could have
Robbie?
gave. I could
You
still
know
use
it. I was at work
$800.
worrying about it.
Thanks, Robbie. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thanks.
Don't mind those. Kind of on the same topic. Hi, who's this?
This is Jay.
Hi, Jay. You drink a lot of Mountain Dew in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How did you win that 40 grand?
I entered the caps in 2007, the caps under the codes. I put them in the computer, and a week later, I get a manila envelope in the mail, and I open it up. It says, you're the potential grand prize winner of $40,000 or a 2007 Subaru WRX.
I got to take a look at this car. We got to look at that car.
So, wait a minute. So, your name's in a drawing, basically?
I think it's more of a random drawing off the internet. You just enter the codes in the computer, and I had no idea until I come home and get this envelope. And being skeptical, I called Pepsi in Minnesota, and they're like, yeah, you did win, but you have 48 hours to return that prize.
Ooh,
Wait,
you
48
got-
hours
to claim it?
Yeah, 48 hours to claim it. So I had to get all my information and everything else, and I had to give it back to them in 48 hours, and the prize was void.
My God. They don't give you a lot of time. They don't want to give you that 40 grand. So, did you have a choice to pick the Subaru or the 40,000? No, that's not correct.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
you had the choice.
How much did you get after taxes?
I ended up paying $13,785 in taxes.
Is that not kind
Wow.
of suck?
Now,
'Cause
that's
you
why
won 40
Wesley.
grand,
Hey,
but you-
listen. That's why Wesley Snipes in prison or went to prison.
Yeah, because that's stupid. You won 40 grand.
Wait
You
a minute.
What did you do with that 13,000?
No. He
Well,
had to
that
pay
was the tax-
13.
No, that's what he got after, right?
No, that's what I had to pay in taxes.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's not as bad. So
So-
you got 27,000.
So, what did you end up doing with 27 grand? Did you go to dinner?
Investing in a house that I don't have anymore.
She took it?
No, well, kind of.
Yeah, you should have just went out to the dinner and bought a bunch of lobster.
You should have bought more Mountain Dew.
It was free. It was free money, so I can't complain.
That's true. I mean,
That's
if
like,
you
that's
think
like a
about it,
justification of like not saying he's someone that doesn't have a ton. Man, this is really mean. That's how you justify like it was just free money.
Yeah,
so
like,
but it doesn't matter.
yeah, it's how you justify
Thanks.
wishing that you still had that money.
Thanks,
It was free.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I remember the Coca-Cola. It was 1 out of every 6 you got a free pop or soda. Wisconsin says it. And man, was I collecting those things. I mean, that's no 40,000. I want to know. I bet you I've spent. I don't even want to know how much I've spent in soda money. Because when that prime age from when you can drive your vehicle, go in and buy a pack of cigarettes and soda. That's it. Especially, I want to know how much I spent in soda.
No, that's a wormhole that you don't want to get into. Remember, it was like Coca-Cola was doing the whole thing with cans, where you try to open it, but then it was like a false top, and the whole top would come off, and then it would say you're a winner.
Did you ever hear what that radio station did in Detroit?
I absolutely didn't.
When that was happening, they got their stunt guy
Okay.
to go into a store
And just start opening all of
because
them.
it never said that you have to purchase this. Like there was no signs.
it
They're
never
just
said
saying you
purchase
could.
necessary?
So he's just cracking all these, and you could hear the general manager or whatever saying stuff to him, and the radio, the guys back in the studio were like, "Make it a box fort and tell him he can't come in. Make a box fort." Was it all set up?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was probably all fake. But at that time, I didn't know there was such a thing as fake radio. When I found out radio was fake, my mind was blown. When I
ruined it, didn't it?
It really did. And I don't want to get behind the scenes of radio too much because we did this yesterday. But there's a guy that I used to listen to called Kane. Kane show. He's like syndicating like 8 places or something like that. And he did something called War of the Roses. Now, I didn't realize almost every radio station in every city does a War of the Roses.
Yeah, which is now like there's two kinds of people at Radio Camp when we go, and we'll go again this year. There are the people that think War of the Roses and doing bits like that is a staple in the radio industry, and if you don't do it, you will be gone. And then there's people like us who laugh and say War of the Roses as like an insult. Because
and I don't think there's a lot of shows like I think there's a lot more, but those guys are all on their yachts and everything else that do all those bits.
And it's a little easier to do those, isn't it? Because you can rip them from other places, and you can. It's always the same format.
It's easy work, but it's more work. I think it's easy work.
It's more behind the scenes work.
Anyway, so when I'm found out that they're fake, these War of the Roses, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Of course they got to be fake. And when this started to all click, and then I started researching, and I got a hold of a prep service. And I called them, and I said, hey, how do you do War of the Roses? And she goes, oh, we're not supposed to talk about that. That's word of the mouth. And I had to prove that I was in radio. And she's like, okay, here it is. And you're not allowed to talk about it, but it's called Callers on Demand. And all these radio stations use all these. We've stated this before, but you call up a number and you request, I'm looking for this person, this ethnicity, whatever, this age to play this part. And then they call you back and they say, hey, it's set up, or through email or whatever it was. But when I found out you could do caller on demand, she's like, you can't afford it in your market. And I'm like, dang it. So they gave me something called, this is the night show I was doing.
Delay.
Basically, it was the bit was already done. And it was in 2 different tracks, and you could take out the DJ's voice and put your voice in, so it sounded like it was yours.
Yeah. And then you were doing that, but you weren't getting it from a prep site.
Nope. I was stealing it from other radio stations because they couldn't afford the prep site. And then I got a letter that said, hey, stop stealing our stuff. We vacation in Michigan and we're hearing our stuff. I'm like, yeah, sorry. That's Mojo, by the way. He was at that radio camp. I should have went and apologized.
You should go.
But he looks like a guy that would sue me.
Why?
I'm
gonna look at him now.
Hey, good morning, my friends. 3430.
Good morning.
You guys have callers on demand. You have Jim on demand. You have 3430.
Yeah, but you guys are real.
We don't have to pay you.
We don't have to pay you, nor do you guys, script anything. I don't think.
Well,
they get together and script it all out.
It's like this has been scripted.
It's like the flippin' Truman Show just made for us.
We should do a JTX where 3430 and Jim on Demand, they're the host.
Where they fight.
And we just sit back.
Oh.
I think that would be fun.
Jello wrestling?
Oh, I like it. Oh, my God. Would you guys Jello wrestle?
Oh.
What is your problem? No.
You know what we should do? Here's an idea.
Wait.
We should put Jim on Demand. We should grease him up like KY jelly.
And
his
whoever
entire
catches
body.
him like a pig.
Yes, in the entire city of Appleton is trying to catch Jim, and he's all greased up.
I want to do that just for JTX.
No, we can't do that because we're going to a nice place this year.
Oh, that's right. I keep saying. Well, still the other place was, but it was not.
It was really nice, but like this is a place where like Whitney Houston or like.
I remember
Axe would go to where we can't grease up a gym and let them loose. I
remember when we walked into the place, the JTX. I love these guys, by the way, but I went in there and I went, you did the same thing. We're like, oh, no. This is not how this can work. They had a table set up on stage with a bunch of microphones, and we're like, this has got to be moved.
Well, yeah, we had, the whole soundboard and everything was like we were going to thump out some dead mouse.
I don't think they knew exactly what they didn't, but they were. One guy was really snippy with us.
He got lippy with me.
What is the worst part of the JTX for you? Because I know what mine was, and I really I hated it, and I felt like it was embarrassing. Lighting. I think the lighting. We didn't have any. Nobody thought of lighting.
Yeah, neither did we really. We got there and we're like, oh my God, this is not right.
Well, they just had the gymnasium lights up and this is how it was going to be, and it didn't feel like a show.
No, so we had to Luckily, Drake is a DJ.
And he had
lights in the background.
And those were this place we're going to next season.
It's ready for it.
It's ready. It's going to be, I'm really excited to talk about it.
But can we get back to the spring promotion?
Back to reality?
The fall promotion where we grease up Jim and let him loose in downtown Appleton on College Ave.
I want to do that.
You got to hog
I think
tie 'em
I don't
like
think
Red
it should be
Dead.
downtown Appleton. I think it should be. He has like a park, like it's an area that we're at, and then whoever catches them gets a free kayak, and then we float down the river, and then we have a kayak party.
See, here's my promotion.
Well, I like that.
Here's my idea. I like yours. It's good. We release him anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm
Into the
thinking,
wild.
I'm thinking, like, yeah, we let him out of a big cage, like he's a fox, and then because my idea is you just see greased up Jim walking down the street and somebody hits the brakes on their car and they're like, "There's the Jim!"
I like
And then
that
they
idea.
run out and they just grab
I like
onto
that
him.
idea,
And
but
we-
the problem is nobody will wrestle him to the ground. It was cement and all that, and I think that people would get mad. And then
for
I guarantee Rocks
$50,000 they will.
But we don't have 50 grand. But and also I'm looking at this like as a real deal.
Well, then-
like Rocks will say no on that, but a park.
Yes. Why don't we do it?
Jim, by the way, if we do this, I'm sorry, you're doing this.
Yeah, we
and you're
do
gonna
need
like
to-
it. You're
To
gonna
grease
like
up
it.
a gym.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have tons of time to prepare. Like
Boy,
we're
I
gonna
really
have
like
to.
opening a cage.
And he looks scared a little bit, and then he just starts running. We're giving him a 15-second head start, and he's just all greasy.
I like this.
But I thought you'd tackle him to the ground. You'd have to hog tie him and bring him to the studio, and then we'd give you a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2, and then we'd untie him and let him go again. We got like 50 copies.
Well, now I like that better.
And it's like,
That,
oh,
that's actually, I bet you Red Dead Redemption would.
get on that.
Would Jim do it? We need somebody.
Jim will do it. Here he is now.
Let's find out. Hey, Jim, would you do that?
It sounds intriguing. Sure, we can do that.
Red Dead Redemption. We're just going to give up Red Dead.
Yeah. Which one? Do you want one like a big promotion where you're confined to only a little park, or do you want one where it's like statewide, and you have more of a chance to get away?
I want it to be like the Hunger Games, where I have a huge field and forest and everything to hide in.
That's funny.
Okay, that's
We could
what
do
it
that
is.
too. I like that.
But we take qualifiers for a month, and then we get people qualified for a chance to catch the Jim. And then
now
we
they
release
actually
them in
do
a
because
dome.
I feel like Jim could get hurt if they're tackling him and trying to hog tie him.
We'll have him. No, you just got to hold him down.
Or is it flags? You have flags around him, and whoever
Well,
gets
no,
the
then
flag
what's
and
the point of
bring the
greasing him up then?
Well, just because it's fun.
No, we
greasing
need him,
Jim up's
we
fun.
need Jim to slip out
And he's
like
all
a bar of soap.
he's like always a little greasy.
No, we're gonna KY him up.
I feel like he's you're
We have to
definitely gonna
shave
have to
his
sign.
body
You're gonna have to
first.
sign papers.
Oh well, yeah.
Boy, I like this.
Yeah,
We're gonna talk to Rox about this.
You'll be like the greased up deaf guy on Family Guy.
Jim, we might have like a T-shirt or like a car wash something for you.
Expired
Yeah,
movie
car wash
passes.
after would be fine. You just shoot me through the car wash.
No. Those are definitely expired. We just have them.
I just put him in the back of my truck and drive through a quick trip car wash.
There we go.
Thanks, Jim. Boy, you don't sound happy today. What the hell's your
Yeah.
problem?
Well, it's probably
I just
not
woke up.
the funnest thing to wake up to. I'm sorry. Am I being tackled while I'm covered in KY sex jelly?
He said yes, so we're doing it.
Yeah.
Love you, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
I was, you
Wait.
guys were fat shaming me, and I'm feeling
We
sad.
never
Who in the
fat
hell
shame.
was
Nobody
fat
is fat
shaming
shaming
you?
you.
Who is doing
You
it?
tell us
Basically
right now.
called me you compare me to a pig, so I don't know.
That's not.
Well,
That's
that's-
not.
you know
Jake
they-
did that.
Well, that's the pig greasing. That's up there in Coatmish.
That is true. We actually do have a place that does
And that's
pig
a
wrestling.
big thing. No, my neighbor knows about it.
Yeah.
Your pig wrestling up there.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the big one up by
They say he says
Cauldron
it,
Falls?
he
Or
says it
Falls
gets
or
wild
something?
where women are they're just like he's like we gotta
there's another path that you go down to, so it's like you've got the classy pig wrestling, and then you've got like you go down a little dirt path, and then that's where all the women are wrestling. But like it's very progressive
Thank you,
because
Jim.
they're okay with it.
We love you.
Love you.
And they're wearing pants.
Hey, number 10.
Number 10. What the hell is number 10?
I thought that said a 10 on the text line. 8190.
881.
Nah.
Your Facebook.
Those all over those Facebook fights. Tanner actually got solicited, didn't you, to write
Yeah.
Facebook fights for people?
Yeah.
If you go anywhere on anybody, if you listen to any Facebook, here's the secret: if you listen to any of those misconnections too, oh that crap, man.
Oh yeah,
you can find them
to write for those too.
Misconnections and Facebook fights. Now the misconnections. We were doing those, and some of those are real.
Yeah, they were real for a minute.
I'm sure some of the other radio stations they're hard to find though to make them entertaining. That's why it's so hard to do it's like Ghost Adventures. It's so hard to do a weekly bit, and once you get to where those things get sponsored, you got to start faking them, and I'm sure that's why Murph and those guys are doing that.
And especially when they're like, you got to make them local too. How do you really believe? And they're doing like 3 a day too, or 3 each time they do it because each one of them reads one.
Man, do I really like that pig thing, though?
I like greasing up a gym.
Well, by the way, they were that text was, are those Facebook fights in Milwaukee fake? I don't know if I read it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I really think that's a fun promotion. If Jim's behind it, I think we could do that. I think we could make it happen.
I think so too. And if the promotions doesn't get behind it,
we'll just
we can just grease up Jim and let him go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give him shoes and a Speedo.
I like this. I really like what's happening. Yeah. Hey, next, I do want to talk a little Costco.
Yes.
And what I hate going in there because I end up buying things.
Everybody does.
That I don't need. It is the Jake and Tanner show. We do have a take from Jake and Tanner. Tanner was a big old dum-dum.
No, I was not.
Coming up later in the show, we're giving away $20.
Was not. The tiebreaker question was BS.
Well, Sydney's a little dum-dum.
And I still feel like I won.
More Jake and... Let me see if I can... No, more Jake and Tanner show next. good morning. Tanner sits across from me. Hi, Tanner.
Good morning.
Good morrow. It's a Jake and Tanner show. Hi, I'm Jake. So yesterday, we ended up going to Costco because we needed LaCroix, and you can buy their Kirkland brand. Basically, it's a Kirkland brand you get 30 of them for like $6, and yeah, LaCroix is expensive, man. If you're buying the actual real deal.
Did you go to Shopko when they were like?
I didn't. You were telling me about that.
Apparently,
Apparently,
they were $260 a 12 pack.
That's awesome. You should have picked those up.
I told you about it.
You did. But I don't have a Shopko around me that's still open.
I thought the Grafton one was still open. That one should have closed down way before the rest of the chain did. They didn't even keep the lights on.
That one should have closed down before any kind of Radio Shacks or Sears closed down.
Yeah, literally, I went in there and I was like, half your lights are off. And they're like, yeah, people don't go in that part of the building.
Just wiping tears.
We're just saving money. And then I was like, we'd like to register for our baby here. And they're like, are you for real?
Wait, your baby? Do you hate it? Do you hate your baby already?
The reason we did it is because we couldn't go, like, we didn't want to do Walmart. But we also didn't want to go as big as Target.
You're so funny.
So we had to go.
This is, please don't take this the wrong way. But like Gwyneth Paltrow and stuff, like they would look at that and go, wait, you can register. Where are you registering? Do you know what I mean? Like if you went to people that had lots of money, you wouldn't even, you couldn't even hear where you would register from.
Yeah.
Not saying you're fan, but it's just kind of, man, that was really rude. And
I didn't take it that way.
Okay, I feel like I'm being rude on that because I mean we did that.
Where did you register?
I can't even remember. Places that you don't shop. I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. It was Bed Bath and Beyond.
Oh, see, here's the thing.
Target.
We needed to pick a place that was in Marinette because all of our family is from like that area,
right? Yeah,
and we didn't want them to take the long trek to Green Bay.
No, I get it. I understand. Did you get anything, by the way, on that registry?
Yeah.
Like you were like, wow, that's awesome.
Nothing good. I mean, like we got a few things that were nice, but like nothing, none of the big stuff.
What do you think that you?
We wanted a trash can for $70. We didn't get.
Dude, we need. That's the worst buy. We need a recycle/trash in our house.
You should have one for each.
Well, that's what I mean. We need that. Right now we have a box. We want one that's put together. You know what I mean? Like a fancy one. But they're too pricey. We've talked about this before, and they're not a fun buy. You know, I don't want to spend $100 on a trash can because that sucks. Anyway, did you get everything you got? I mean, you didn't get everything, but did you get how much do you think you got worth of things?
I have no idea.
Because we didn't hardly get it, but we didn't have a wedding reception.
Oh, for wedding. Yeah, we did Shopko for a wedding too.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because we were down in Grafton.
Yeah, and you said baby.
So it was like, do you want pacifiers that definitely aren't legal anymore? Like they're made only of lead paint. Right. But no, for our wedding we did Shopko too.
So I go into Costco. What?
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
No, I was just laughing at my own. You go to shop. I go to Shopko for everything, and how you poor shamed me.
I did. That's why I was saying that. I was trying to give it a man. Could you think of like Gwyneth Paltrow? Like they wouldn't even. People that have lots of money would never. Just not their life.
People who live on a road called like Mercedes or Hickory.
Shut up, Gwen. Oh, those are both my old roads. Gwyneth Paltrow and her husband, this is rich people problems to me. Do you know they don't live together 3 days out of the week? He has his own house, and she says it's fantastic, and even my friends think they want to do it. It's like, well, she said everybody should try it.
Everybody should try what? Getting two houses?
That's what I mean. It's not her fault, but she's trying so hard to relate.
Yeah.
But she can't. Gwyneth Paltrow, you got to stop trying to relate because you are too wealthy.
Like separate bedrooms? I kind of understand.
Okay, if you get mad at your wife or your husband, guess what? I'm going to my unfinished basement.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Gwyneth. I mean, normal people just don't have two mansions they live in.
That's what I always talked to Colton about when he was dating Jen. I was like, I don't know if I could date somebody that wealthy. No, not that. Just whose dad is a pilot where she doesn't have to pay for flights. I was like, if me and Kayla get in a fight and she goes away in a car, it's like, she's probably at her dad's or she's just driving around.
Right.
But like if you and Jen get in a fight, and you could call her later and she'd be like, I'm in Paris.
See, I find that really interesting, his life right now. And I think kind of now that he possibly thinks that I'm not making fun of it, but I'm being rude about it, which I don't mean to be rude.
What?
About him marrying, like her family has lots of money.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and he grew up with not a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I just think that oil and water coming together, I love hearing those stories because it is bizarre, man. And I've stayed, when I went out to that wedding, it's weird. Jen's family, I'm not used to although being around that type of money before. You know, they're doctors and they're pilots, and everybody was talking about their horses, and it's just a wild, wild world, man. And they're really, really nice. They're an awesome family. Actually, they're incredible because when they're talking to their kids or just hearing them communicate, everything is attainable to them. Everything. Like if there's a kid, you can go do that. There's like my mom or my dad, those dreams never happen, or they're so far-fetched to make any kind of money. They're just like, I remember my mom saying, and again, Subway managers, fine if you are one of these or that, telling Colton, you could be, because he was working at Subway, you could be a manager at Subway. You should do that. And then you could retire. You know how much money they make doing that? And that was my mom's. That's as far as her vision went.
Because that was what is obtainable. All those other things aren't.
But see,
not
being
for
around
the normal person
and being around Jen's family, just go do
possible,
it.
yeah.
Everything's possible. And I thought that was a really interesting to hear them talk and to hear all the goals they accomplished to how I grew up. And there was nothing. There was nobody that went to college. Nobody made any kind of money. You know, it was really, really far-fetched to do anything other than be a mechanic or a waitress in my mom and dad's career.
Maybe get to manager one day.
Yeah, that's just my mom was being nice.
She was being optimistic. That was like saying, like, you could be the president of the United States one day. It's like the same thing, but it was the obtainable one.
It's just wild. It's a completely... Those are. I'd love to hear some stories on that, too. Man, if you married into a rich family, how different was it?
I'd like to remember how different was that first Christmas you spent at their house? Like, how different is that?
Do you want to go into that?
Yes.
Because I have a Reddit forum. I got some things on Reddit where they were saying how I remember she said, I grew up with money. I could tell my husband didn't, and it didn't hit me until he would tell me how much meat to put on my sandwiches.
You and your one piece of bologna.
I wonder if that's why I do it, Lo.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because I grew up not with a lot of money, and so I'm so used to only having
one piece of bologna. It still makes me a little mad.
I'm gonna find some of these. I have these on. I have a bunch of these from Reddit talking about like the difference of marrying into a rich family and how completely different it was. Do you not like that, or should we do it?
No, I like it. Did
Kayla's family didn't have a lot of money?
No.
Did you?
No, neither did we really. So that's pretty much. Ours was a little different because we flushed the toilet every time, and it still bothers me. Just flush the toilet.
That's how poor they were growing up.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, it's sticking around.
Is that how that goes?
Oh no! You flush it when you touch it. That's what it is. When you sit down.
Hello? God, maybe we should move this because I know I can find it in just a minute.
We could talk about why I think I'm getting fat and the bombshell that my mom dropped on me.
I got to go to Costco too.
And
that's
then Costco.
That's how it all began.
This all began with Costco talk?
Yeah, me going into Costco and I don't even know how I got there.
Sometimes I go to Costco to get pizza because it's only like $2.
Let me tell you what I got at Costco. We're going to get back because I find that really interesting if you married into a rich family, how completely different it is. God, I want to hear those stories. We'll do it next. But when I went into Costco, I ended up getting more than I needed. And one of those things...
Ratchet straps? I always feel like buying ratchet straps when I'm at Costco.
No, I bought some shorts because they're only $12.99. I'm like, hey, these are cool. And they're all right. They kind of look mountain bikey. I was so ungodly. They look so much like dad shorts. My wife being nice, she's just a nice person. She's like, they don't look, no, they're great. You did a really good buy.
Did you take a picture of you in the shorts?
I do. And I can show you this picture really quick, but I put on Facebook.
I loved your thing on
Did
Facebook
you?
because I was like,
that was my wife's brainchild because we're sitting there and my shorts are really
really high. Like you're almost flashing.
Right. And she's like, look at those. Are those hot dogs or are those legs?
Yeah.
And then I went, oh my God, that's hilarious.
2013 memes coming right on back. I love it.
So I took a picture. If you go to the Facebook and it says, are these hot dogs or Jake's legs? And
you're just like a woolly mammoth down there. Those are fine shorts.
They're really not good for mountain biking. They go way too far up. And they're like a bluish green.
Let me see this. What are you drinking at this game?
A LaCroix.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. What's in that sippy cup? Looks clear. Is that vodka?
just vodka for the kids, you know?
Vodka in a sippy cup. It keeps them on their toes.
All right. Well, we can move forward. I do want to get into next why you said you realize now you have a weight problem.
Yeah. You didn't have to say it like that.
You said it.
Yeah, but you said it meaner.
I knew anytime I was going to tease
so
that.
much meaner. You were like, you said now you realize you have a weight problem. Like I was shallow halling it the whole time, where I was 1,000 pounds, but I thought it was a flipping runway model the whole time.
And also, if you married, not rich. Let's get rid of that word. If you
married upper class.
If you married up, that's great. What is the difference? Because there's got to be. Do they talk a lot about horses? Things like that. We'll talk all these stories next. You are listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. It's the 7 o'clock hour. Here we are. Ewert Pest Control text line 71090, or you can call us 866-916-0959. 3 people that run this show. 2 really run it. The other one's just here and sometimes not here.
Apparently.
I'm kidding. That's mean. She can't even defend herself. She's an executive producer named Sydney. 2 hosts of the show, one being Jake. That's me. Hi, good morning. And my wife said something that I was like, don't give them credit. Ooh. That person that I don't like.
Ooh, get them. I want to hear about that.
All right, we'll circle back to that. Tanner?
My name's Tanner. I'm the other host of the show. I am going to go golfing today. Hopefully, I can do well. Better than I did last time.
You going with your old man?
Yep.
Nice. It's a good bonding experience.
Yes.
I would take mine, but I'd freak people out. My wife.
You always got to take that away from me.
Sorry.
Anytime I say, I'm going to do this with my dad. Oh, cool, because mine's ashes in a garage right now, and he's dead. So, I just scare people.
My wife's like, hey, how you guys doing without Sydney? How you guys doing without Sydney? I repeat that because I feel like I didn't say that loud enough. Yeah. And I go, good. I think it's been great. We're back to, it's just Jake and Tanner. We did it for years. What's your problem? And she's like, you guys just sound really good with 3 people. Like that BJ that came in, man, he's really good. And I go, you shut your face.
Screw you, Angie.
Yeah.
These shows have been great this last week.
I think so, too. She's a big fan of Sydney, more than us now.
Oh, well.
Well, BJ came into the room. BJ and the Bear, they do
very unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. They do a talk show on the Score. And I like when he came in and was like, well, how much content? Because we were giving him crap that they're only on for 2 hours. He's like, how much content? You guys just play a bunch of that kid music.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no, I'm sorry.
We do about 40 minutes of content an hour. And he's like, oh, that's more than us. That's, we do more. All of the time that we talk is more than what their entire shift is.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, they're like a remote.
Yeah, they basically do a remote every single day.
He came in and opened the door and just stood there.
Yeah, which was uncomfortable.
We brought him on the mic, and that was a poor choice because all they did was probably brought some listeners their way. Well, apparently Angie, now she streams them.
Is she really?
No. Anyway, that made me upset. I do want to ask you something real quick. Right after this, we're going to talk about if you married into a class up. If you were in one tax bracket and then you married into another one, what is the difference you've noticed? Not us. What's our text line? Ewert Pest Control text line 71090.
Yes.
Or you can call us 866-916-0959. Tanner.
Yes.
Why do you think you have an eating problem? There was something.
Not an eating problem.
What is it?
Damn, you make that feel bad.
I don't want to make you feel bad, but I forgot how you were saying it, how you worded it.
No, I was talking to my mom yesterday, and we were talking about my grandmother, and then she was like, well, she's on a lot of medication. I was like, she seems like a healthy grandmother. I'm going to sneeze quick.
Okay. This sneeze brought to you by
Matthew's Tire.
Okay.
I keep you rolling. And then she was like, well, she's on this, and it's for thyroid problems. And she's like, it runs in the family, so you should get yours checked. I was like, well, what does that entail? She's like, well, we have either 2 strains of it. She's like, you can either be super skinny and always, like, never tired, or you're tired and you gain weight really easily.
You're a tired fatty?
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm tired and fat all the time. And then my mom was like, well, your hours are different, so it's kind of hard to just determine.
That's what I was going to defend. You have weird hours, and also you're not heavy.
I gain weight so fast, and it somewhat explains why my metabolism went from having one to not having one overnight. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So,
but it also doesn't age do that? Like, because I feel like
age does do that, but it's also really hard for me to lose weight. Like I worked out and ate right.
Doesn't that age? Doesn't
not
age
in your
do that?
20s though?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, in your 20s, you should be able to do it. At least what I read up on. And then I was like, I told that to my wife, and she's like, I don't think that's the issue. And I was like, okay, can't you just be like a little happy? Like, hey, yeah, maybe that's why you're gross.
Are you gonna get it checked out?
Yeah, well, she said you should do it every couple of years anyway, because the family it does have issues with
but
it's
also,
genetic.
You could just pretend it's not happening. That's how a lot of people do the health.
I like to pretend that it might be happening, and then I can be like, "That's why I got fat," and then maybe I could get on some pills, and then there's my magic pill where I can eat pizza again. I know age has a lot to do with it.
There's other things. Did you ever, and I don't want to bring it up, but did you ever get that other thing figured out?
No. And my wife keeps telling me
Did it go away?
No, it's gotten worse.
What are you doing?
Well, okay.
It's going to fall off.
Okay, well, it's 7 o'clock, man. You really want to talk about this?
No, I don't. We could do it tomorrow, but
Well,
now you're saying it's getting worse.
Well, no, not.
I got to get insurance on you. I got to get insurance on the show.
On it?
On something, because if you die, that's to be honest. If one of us die, we've said this before, that really affects us.
Yeah, I already said that.
So we need to do something.
If we're doing the show and you die, I get half of your life insurance.
Wait, real quick,
from your wife.
How much do you think?
Screw that.
How much do you think we can get on insurance? Because you can insure anything,
yeah,
right?
We got to be a business first.
All right. Once we become a business,
we'll set up an LLC and then we can actually get life insurance on each other.
Yeah, we need to do that. I really think so.
No, so now I wasn't gonna get into this, but I guess here we go.
Does it not work?
Not really.
Nothing works.
No, it's like okay.
Does it cough?
It doesn't cough. It doesn't have kennel cough like previously speculated. But it's kind of
what?
He only somewhat shows up to the party.
Yeah.
And when he's done at the party,
he's
done at the party.
It's got to make your wife just like, oh, we're at this stage of our life now. You're just blaming it on something.
Yeah, you know what I blamed it on? And it's so not fair.
I feel
because it can be stress related. And I was like, and I wanted
yeah, but you got something.
I blamed it on Sydney. I was like, I was like a boulder before she got here. Now she showed up, and it's a lot like a
rope.
It's a lot like when you leave an egg in vinegar. Like it still looks like an egg, but it's all bouncy.
Yeah, but you have something that's forming.
Well, it's not forming. It has formed.
It's like another head.
No. It's like there might be some blockage. I've heard things like clogged ducts, but
you have a mucal seal inside.
I might have a mucal seal inside of it. I got it.
Is it hard
checked
to
out.
pee-pee? Is it hard?
No.
Number ones?
Yeah, those are all fine.
That's good?
Yeah.
Sleeping at night.
How do you sleep that?
I don't know. Do you sleep on your belly?
No.
So sleeping's fine?
Yeah.
It's not doing that?
No.
Knee problems?
Oh, I've always had knee problems.
Could be your thyroid. Is there a roid in there?
There could be.
Penis roid?
A pee-roid?
All right, so go on. So what are you going to do? No, seriously.
Because slapper-roid?
I feel like, you're scaring me because if it falls off, I mean, it's great content. But it's going to be you're going to be well no
if I was like Ken down there.
You know you wouldn't. Your confidence would oh my god.
I would have to drink only always.
Always. That would be all you do. You'd lose your family because of this. We'd still have a show, but you would be miserable. We can't have two miserable people on the show.
See, and now Max Bigger just messaged in and said you should get your I entertained this thought too. You should get your testosterone checked out. Because I think that would explain my growth in breasts. Because I have them now.
Let me see those.
They're perky now.
Let me see those suckers. Let me see them.
No.
Why?
Because, man, nudity on...
Are they...
We would get flagged on YouTube.
Over there. Are they... And I'm not being
they're
mean.
Perky.
Are they... You mean supple?
Yeah, they're milky. Not milky.
Do they look like...
I feel like if I took my shirt off and did a blind test with me and some other B-cup women, I think I would win Best in Show. But no, I thought about going to get that checked out. So then I actually made because low T can do gay, and that's why my beard looks so crappy. Because that kind of but then I looked up like natural ways to to fix your testosterone. It's like exercise. And I was
Sure.
like, nope.
You think
eat
so?
better.
You think it could be just all revolved around you don't get on a treadmill?
It could be really diet and lifestyle
Maybe.
based, but I would also enjoy just taking a pill.
And I don't want to talk about that as much as I want to talk about the other thing because that one worries me. The other one that you're just gaining a little some weight. Just I feel like you could take care of that by like you just said.
Diet and exercise.
Diet and exercise.
Yeah.
But the other one, you just can't probably pray that away. Maybe, but I would probably go look at it.
So I called 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I did actually call, and my wife asked, are you going to go to urgent care? And I was going to. I had it all set up. And they were like, you need a primary physician first. And I was like, well, I don't have one of those. And they're like, well, we can't take a look at it until you have one. And she's like, you can go to urgent care and they'll look at it all day long.
They just stare at it. They don't even give you any medical.
Talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And then my
They
mom
take
said
pictures.
something to me yesterday that made me so uncomfortable because until probably right now, I don't think she says she listens. I don't know how often she listens, but she was like, "Oh, you go through them. You have Aurora or whatever. I know where I have this girl. She's really good. She's young. She's really nice." And I was like,
Is she hooking you up?
No, and she didn't know, and she doesn't know anything about my bathing suit area.
Wait.
But like,
oh, she's just giving you a doctor
for the thyroid thing. She's like, you should get that checked
okay.
out. And I was like, yeah, I kind of want like a beefy guy. Does that make sense? Like maybe one that
An
looks
old
like
man
gravy.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Well, I don't want that old because I don't want him to say, you know what you should do there? You need to bleed it.
So what are you going to do?
Margaret, get my leeches.
What are you going to do about the downstairs? Are you going to go?
I should get that checked out.
Probably.
Even when that nurse called back and she's like, I really need to get that checked out.
Woo! Oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable now. What is your problem?
But here's the thing. My drive has gone down too.
Yeah,
I used to be every single day.
Seven-year itch.
Yeah, but
with all of us.
between you and I?
Probably.
No, that drive is still thriving.
Look at it right now.
At you and get crazy. But no, it was like an almost overnight thing where it's like every day if it was offered to me, I'd be like, let's do this. Mm-hmm. But now it's just like, I could also put together a puzzle.
I could eat cereal.
Yeah,
soup's
pizza.
good too.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
I wish you could get on the text line.
What are you going to do? Like, I mean, why are you? What are you scared about?
Well,
the process.
There's that, and then I mean,
obviously, there's something wrong.
Yeah, there is something
because there's something in it. You said growing
it's not growing. It has grown.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's not growing. It's all grown. Yeah. It's all fully grown.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, but yeah.
So I mean, I kind of feel like it probably doesn't belong there.
No, I don't think it does either.
Are you scared like they would have to do surgery?
That does freak me out.
Yeah. And it's also a weird area.
Yeah, to get checked out because I know it. Like I've spent a lot of time with it. Yeah. So I know what the feeling of it is.
God, I have a whole nother topic now. I want to know,
what have you been putting off? What going to the doctor?
Yeah, what is going on with your body right now? And you're like, I'm not going to go to the doctor because I don't want to know the results. And we'll give you the encouragement right now to go check it out. 866-916-0959. What are you dealing with? We're not going to give you any. Well, we are medical experts.
I'll give you medical advice.
Yeah, we can do that. You probably shouldn't listen to us. Probably not. Yeah. But because I guarantee there are people listening right now going, "Oh yeah, I'm dealing with something right now. I'm not going to the doctor."
I hope so. Oh, I thought you were just going to say my peen issue. Hope somebody else is.
I'm sure.
I would love to know.
I'm sure they are for sure.
If you were like I'm 27, mm-hmm. and you were going through pushing rope and lumps and breasts, I feel like I might be turning into a woman.
I tell my wife all the time. Because she's got to do something. I'm like, I'm feeling a little braggy here, but I mean, it'll all catch up. But for my age, I haven't had to deal with too many things, really. You know what I mean? I haven't had the only bad thing I've had is, and I still deal with this, is the rash on my cheeks. Where I get that nasty rash.
Chalky butt.
Oh, it's bad. Mm-hmm. It's you can't even walk. I mean, thank God for the career I'm in now because we do a lot of sitting.
Yeah.
But man, when I was a bartender, you couldn't even walk. It was so bad. But I found something that's magical, and it's called Lanacane. Man, Lanacane should endorse me.
Yeah, you've been saying that forever. That Lanacane needs to give you money.
They do because that thing is magical.
What does
It's
it do?
right.
Does
It
does
dry.
it-
It's not like you put it on the before you get the rash or on the rash, and it dries, so it's not a wet feeling wherever you're chafing. And my chafing has to be right in the buttocks. It's right in the cheeks, and it's very bad. Yeah. I know of a construction worker. We talked about this before, and a construction worker called and said it is the worst thing. He deals with it all day, and you're sweating and
yeah, and it's just you got just a butt
problem. Hi, who's this? Or you don't have to tell us that. What are you dealing with?
Yeah.
Cool. I had issues with my throat constricting and my muscles not working sometimes. I went to the doctors last year and they never figured it out. So I quit going. You still need to get checked out.
Yeah, you should. I mean, they should figure it out. They are doctors. They'll figure it out eventually.
Jake,
I know they started with lupus, but they'll get there.
I can sell you a product that'll get rid of that rash. Yeah, but it keeps coming back. It's not a rash that's...
Butt transplant. Get a butt transplant. Maybe it's the butt.
It's just, they're just a little too... I don't know. What?
It's in the canyon.
Yeah, it's right... Oh, look at it. Come here.
No.
I'll show you. I'm not dealing with it right now. It must. It must. It's not. It's like right on the edge.
They're not connected enough.
What?
Like, my cheeks don't move.
Well, when you walk, they do.
Not too much.
Let me see my walk. Hang on. Yeah, like
wait. Are your legs connected like Barbies, where like they connect like up here, and they?
I don't know. All I know is if I walk a long time.
Yeah. How does that work with your cycling, with your mounting?
That's fine. Now, if I were right, and it would affect if I were to go mountain biking for like 3 days straight for like 3 hours a day.
Have you ever tried powdering?
Yeah, that was the very first thing the doctor said.
Just start powdering your cheeks.
Yeah, and that didn't work. And then
did you have Angie do it?
I found Lanacane. Yeah, I did a handstand. And
why don't you just always Vaseline your cheeks every day? Preventative. It's like trying to get rings off of a wooden coffee table. The easiest way to do it is provide coasters. You need to prevent. So why don't you just lube up your cheeks every single day?
Well, I don't, because it doesn't. It very rarely happens now. But it used to.
Prevent. It never happen if you always have a lubey butt. That's why you get oil changes. Even though your car's not sick, you still got to change that oil before something bad happens.
Tanner's going to die one day, and no one is going to question it.
That is so true.
It's the peen pimple and the other 20 things he won't get checked out. Been trying for a second baby for over 3 years, and I'm afraid to go to the doctors because I feel like they may tell me that I can't have more kids. Oh, that's rough.
Now, that would freak me out.
Sure.
If I went there. Oh yeah, one thing of like low T and other thing was like, oh, your S count is down, and I was like, oh cool, let me just go get my microscope and count. I haven't done that in a minute. How am I supposed to check that at home, WebMD?
Wait, somebody said is Lanacane an antifungal cream? Is that what that is?
What? Oh, you got butt fung?
Well, I hope not. Let me see what Lanacane is.
But no,
Lanacane is an anti-friction gel. That's what it's literally. It's an anti-friction gel.
You just need to.
And it doesn't gel. It dries. It's a magic. I'm ordering 5 bottles right now. They need to endorse me.
Do you just dip yourself in it in the morning?
No,
you should get like
I don't
a
do
5-gallon bucket and just like an assembly line. Like
wash,
yeah,
dry, apply.
Yeah,
wash, dry, apply.
Yeah, you poop.
No,
you clean. You dip. You get dressed.
I gained 30 pounds in about a year. Well, I did this at my new job that I sit around a lot at, but I'm also 27 and wonder if it's my thyroid. People say it's age, but I swear it's something health-wise, but refuse to go to the doctor, mainly because I had to use PTO for the doctor's appointment. Look at, oh no, somebody, okay. Oh, you just got a chafy butt. No, I do. And that's something I've been dealing with since I've been like 18. I don't anymore because of this job, but when I was bartending, it was awful. Man. I wonder if it's stress related too. Is
that how you got so many tips? That butt took a lot of damage.
By the way, I didn't make a lot of tips, so
it's because it was always red and inflamed. I feel like you worked at like a Coyote Ugly bar. And, like,
No,
it
but-
wasn't that nice place, but you had Daisy Dukes riding her all the way up in the crack, and now it's done permanent damage to the epidermis.
It says I was gaining weight and got my thyroid tested. Was super high? Wait, on marijuana or was like the thyroid?
No, the thyroid test was super high.
Started on meds, didn't help with the weight.
Well, no, I don't think it's gonna make it go down, but maybe it'll help. I don't know.
My father-in-law decided to wait too long to get his mole checked on his back. Found out it was skin cancer. Thankful that they caught it in time, removed it. But it was definitely stubborn and didn't want to go to the doctor. A lot of older guys do that. A lot of older men do not. They don't need the doctors.
No, you're not sick until a doctor tells you are.
I have a fungus behind my toenails. Oh, it's super embarrassing. You can never wear flops anywhere.
Don't just call them flops.
I like that. I'm going to start calling. We call them at our house flobops because that's how Dewey used to call them, flip-flops, flobops.
Flobops.
Hey, where are your flobops at? That's just a cute thing for my family.
Yeah.
When I said it out loud, it makes me sound stupid.
No, it doesn't. It's an adorable thing that your family does.
Yeah. I'm a big girl. That runs every day. And I use monkey butt powder to hold off the chafing. I've heard about that, but you should try Lanacane.
I'm telling you, just Vaseline your butt.
Anti-friction gel,
The whole
smooth
day.
formula, non-greasy, dries on contact, non-straining, moisturized, proof. How much do you think this is? Let's play the prices right. Now, let me tell you, this is a 1 ounce.
1 ounce?
Yeah, but you use very little on that tip of your finger. Just apply it. What do you got? I'm on Amazon right now.
$13.
You're an idiot.
How much is it?
$8.20.
But that's an ounce, man. That's a lot of money.
I gotta load up.
That's more than weed.
Well, it's fun. I hope you get you checked out so you don't die on me.
Well, I hope one day I'll go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to take it. Here's my issue.
The
second that I go to the doctor and they say we gotta amputate right now, otherwise it's gonna spread.
Just bite on this
That
stick.
was the last time. Like I don't even. Well, I never get to use it again.
Yeah, you should have a what do you call
going
it?
away party?
A bucket list or whatever to do with your thing.
Oh, but replace the B with an F.
Watch out, Green Bay! All right, that's enough fun. We're done with fun. I do have something here we could get into.
What is it?
But I feel like that secrets that should have stayed secrets. I thought it would be fun if we did a secret thing. If you got anything you want to get off your chest, and we used a voice changer.
We do have a voice changer.
we don't have to do that. We got other things we could do.
We should test that voice changer first. God, we haven't used
Every single time we want to use the voice changer, it's always testing it.
Yeah, well, we have to because we never know. That machine has a mind of its own.
All right, well, we can talk a little bit about this. We got bad news for Dog the Bounty Hunter. Also, you know that dude who does Sharknado?
No, I only know Tara Reid.
Not the other guy that's beside.
I've never watched any of
He's
them.
got a new movie.
What is it?
He says it's going to be Oscar winning. We'll talk about that. Also, a woman found something in her washer, and she was horrified.
What was it?
Talk about it next. You are listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Verve is a credit union.
I love Verve Credit Union.
My God. I love Merv.
Merv is ripped.
Yeah, he is.
He's like Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep. No, I agree with all that. Also, do you know when I went in there? You know what he told me? He said that I could bring over a loan from a stupid financial institution over to him, and I don't have to pay it.
Well, I think you stopped listening because what it is you can bring it from a stupid financial institution over to Verve, and you don't have to pay it for 90 days.
That's what I got lost. He had his shirt off and he was flexing his abs when he was talking to me.
It always is uncomfortable when he's going over loan stuff while he baby oils his abdomen.
Yeah, it really it doesn't make me feel good about who I am, but
yeah, but. It is awesome because I did it and I saved about $2,100 in No, I didn't oil Merv.
Okay,
he doesn't let me.
That's the only way he said I could move over my stuff.
Oh, that's not fair.
I know you didn't have to.
I love to oil up Merv.
Okay.
Either way, then Merv got me set up with a kickback checking account, which earns you 3.25% on the money that you're already going to have in there, and then he paired that with a roundup savings account, where every time I use my debit card, it rounds it up to the next dollar and saves that cash.
I like that. So check it out, verveacu.com. There is a secret that came through. Man, should we go with secrets or do you want to do the thing? What I just teased? I don't know.
That's the weirdest text I've ever got.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't. More. Let's just say this: more Jake and Tanner show, and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We are going to do that next. Good morning. Oh, you're listening to the Jake and Tanner Show. Good morning. I sit here. I got a bunch of computer screens that I look at. My name is Jake.
Good morning, Jake. My name is Tanner. I sit here, and I have 3 screens that I look at.
Are you counting your sound? Your drop
yes.
drop one? Drop.
Yes.
I do want to talk about. I got a couple things here. One of these. Why did Lena Kane pop up? I got a look at the best Girl Next Door characters in TV history. I want to see if you agree with these. We'll go through that here in a minute. But first, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Dog.
If you go to that story really quick and you scroll down, there is a video. Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife died, Beth. No, that's not it. It's down further. Right there. Let me just explain really quick. She passed away yesterday. Did you ever watch whatever? Did you?
A Dog the Bounty Hunter.
We ended up watching it quite a bit, and I really liked him, and I really like his family, and he's crazy.
Oh yeah, he's a nutbag.
He's like a god in Hawaii. I remember we were taking a bus tour in Hawaii because I was that age. I was apparently 81. And they're showing some things around.
You just had a wind-up disposable camera.
Yeah, basically.
We don't have flowers like that back in Michigan.
And we went past his work where he works. And it was, I don't know.
Doghouse?
The
Please
dog
tell
house.
me it's called the Doghouse.
I don't know.
Or is it the Pound?
It was really interesting. And I like how when you'd watch his episode, like everybody just, everything that he talked about, he believed that he could do anything. And that's he had all this confidence behind him.
Yeah, he was Kanye before Kanye.
Yeah, I remember when somebody walked out with their baby and he's like, hey, you know why your baby's orange? And
I'm sorry. What did you start that with? Somebody walked out with their baby?
Like at the house. He just arrested the husband.
Okay. I thought somebody just walked in and took their baby.
No.
He was going to start shaming
he arrested. See, what they do is he arrests somebody, then he always gives the people like I don't know, like try to build their confidence up. You know what I mean? He always gives them life lessons after they arrest them.
Which that career is bonkers, by the way.
I wanted to do it so.
You don't need a degree. You don't need a permit.
You can literally just go to the courthouse
and say, I'm looking for bounties.
Yeah, give me who, and then he goes and does it.
Yeah, and then you arrest him. Just citizen's arrest.
Well, anyway, I remember the one episode, she's crying, the baby's crying because they just arrested the husband, and he's like, your baby's a little orange. And she goes, I know, I'm going to take him to the doctor. And he goes, that's because you're giving her too much orange juice. And she goes, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And he's like, yeah.
You should still go to the doctor. He's wearing Oakleys and has a giant blonde mullet.
Well, anyway, he's going through a rough time right now because Beth Chapman passed away yesterday. Oh. She was 51. She was diagnosed with stage 2 throat cancer a couple of years ago, and she's been battling it ever since. Now, sadly, her death wasn't a surprise. She was placed in a medical-induced coma this week after being hospitalized due to a choking emergency. Once she was in the coma, word got out that she wasn't expected to recover. You want to hear what he has to say?
Yeah.
I think it should be.
For a few years, knew that someday this day would come. Yeah. It came very unexpected, really fast, and we didn't even. All of her clothes are exactly where they were. Her makeup, everything we didn't prepare. When she had an attack, I didn't know anything to do but say in Jesus' name and hold her. And when I said in Jesus' name, she said, say it again, say it more. I loved her so much. As Lazarus lay, Jesus said,
and
he's not dead, he sleepeth. My final words are,
were they still married?
Isn't
yeah.
Dead,
okay.
She sleepeth.
So really quick,
I'm
when
not just talking to myself. I hope there is a God.
Yeah, I think it's basically kind of done because I thought he was going to be much more emotional on it, but she's been in a coma. She's been dealing with it, so they kind of
go through that grieving phase while they're still alive.
He has a daughter that died too, I think. Well, anyway, he tweeted out in Hawaii. This is the time she would wake up. This was at 5:32 a.m. Would wake up to go hiking. Only today she hiked the stairway to heaven. We all love you, Beth. See you on the other side. And this, I got some audio too of what he said to the doctor when she was diagnosed with the cancer.
It's just like hearing someone telling you that you're going to die, and you're just like, what?
I told the doctor, she dies, you die. I said, I don't mean to be like that. And I don't mean to threaten you because I'm a good person. But Doc, if she dies, you die.
I feel bad.
That's
very
really sad.
bully. But I feel bad because I really like him. It sucks, man, that everybody's got to go through that.
Yeah, I think his heart was always in the right place.
Yeah, he went to prison for a little while. Did you know that, right?
I didn't.
Well, and that's how he got the name the dog, because somebody jumped the fence, and he was sitting by the prison guard, and he said, do you want me to go get him? And apparently he ran and tackled him and brought the guy back, and that's how he got the idea of like, I'm gonna bounty hunt. No, that's I feel like that's true. I really do.
There's no way.
No,
there is no way a guard just said, "Yeah, a prisoner escaped. Well, why don't we sick another prisoner on him?"
Bounty hunter.
Then what could go wrong?
No, I feel like that's true, but did I just make that
the
up?
The way that you said it, it's like that definitely can't be. If it is, it's the only time that's ever happened because you do not just, you don't say to another, if a prisoner gets out, everybody hits the ground.
I feel like that happened.
They don't just open the gate and say, stick the mullet on him.
How did Dog the Bounty Hunter get that nickname?
I assume he gave it to himself one day.
Man. Oh, right here. Dog the Bounty Hunter reveals the hot nickname he's got for Beth. Oh, that ain't it.
You said right here way too early.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
I should have read first.
Hot singles are in your area waiting for... Oh, wait, that's not it.
That story has... your text line. Nobody's believing me. No, I really heard that. That is... I feel like I read that somewhere. You know what? I don't need this. I'm gonna find this some other time.
True.
It could be. I feel like it is. All right.
They sicked a prisoner on a prisoner when he was in prison? One guy hopped the fence and the judge is just like, the guard is like, not my problem. Let's just let the mullet out on him.
I want to find it during commercial break.
I feel like that's a big enough story to where one Google search, you cannot...
I'm going to go on page 3.
Yeah, you can't bring me page 3 garbage and tell me that's the fact.
All right, well, let's make this next one really quick here. This is what this woman found in a wash cycle.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So this girl's from Minnesota.
It's an ad.
Hallelujah.
It's an ad.
Okay.
Oh, a 30-second ad?
Oh, God, now we don't have time.
Yeah, we do. Well, look it's on basically Karen.com.
So this woman was washing her clothes. And when she got done washing her clothes, well, she found out that her cat was inside.
Inside the clothes?
The cat survived a 45-minute ride in a washing machine.
Oh, my God, that had to be. And they have no sense of time. Okay, here we go.
It's been a rough few days for Stephanie Carol Kershaw and Felix, her 1-year-old cat.
Look at that cat's eyes. It has seen some
It's
stuff.
going like this still.
He's at Animal Emergency and Referral of Minnesota in Oakdale, trying to recover from a ride that nobody would take on purpose.
All 3 cats always come down when I'm down there. I've never seen them go in to the washer.
What is his family?
Oh, I don't know.
That's
she's way too young for. Yeah, she's way too young for him, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I would like to.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Well, I just want to say that I laughed
too hard at this.
Too hard. That's the cat survived, so I feel.
So it's okay to laugh. Could you imagine? So you've got the soak cycle and the wash cycle where it only kind of it jostles, but man. When the spin had to happen, if your washing machine isn't loaded properly, that thing will go out the house. And like you had a cat probably with its paws on the side with a towel on it. Just.
Yeah. All right, let's continue on. No, see, this is why I was laughing.
I don't feel as bad laughing at this. Is when I had a damn near heart attack when that 78-year-old woman was spinning under the helicopter.
She survived too long.
She survived it, and that had to be terrifying. But my God, it looks so fake. It's so funny. Like it sounds like we have no
So what
empathy.
happened really quick is this woman was getting pulled up on she was on a stretcher, I guess, and they were airlifting her from a cliff, and they had her strapped in on the board, and all of a sudden it caught some wind or something, and it was spinning like crazy.
It was going like 120 miles an hour. She's fine.
All right, let's finish it.
Hey, 3373. 101 to the story last week.
I was going to say that.
You suck.
I
Bye.
texted the story last week. Nobody can listen to me. Hold on really quick. 3373. Thank you. Who cares?
If people haven't heard about it, this is the first time hearing of it.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
3373.
And so
here we go.
Thank you for telling us that.
Always check.
Stephanie was putting laundry in her high-efficiency front-loading washer, and
He didn't have
Felix
to
must
brag
have
that it
jumped
was
in.
a
I felt that was a little flexing, too.
Yeah.
One godsend is it was on express wash, and I only put it on that, well, for two reasons, to save water, but also to save some time.
She's still traumatized by what she discovered at the end of that 45-minute cycle.
Look at that cat. That cat's
Heard a little
miserable.
meow, and I looked around because I'm so used to them,
Super clean,
being
though.
around me.
Sometimes
And
cats can
all
smell.
of a sudden, I saw a little white back foot go up in the air, and I can't even tell you what that was like. I feel so guilty about that, and
You didn't know.
yeah. I in hindsight, I'm so grateful that I didn't leave the house, and go run errands. I could have been gone for 8 hours. You know what I mean? I was there, so I mean that.
What are you doing for 8
I'm
hours?
sorry. Who puts a load in the washing machine and then leaves?
Are you just going to leave it there all damp and get all smelly?
You can put it in the dryer and leave.
Yeah.
How do you not know, man? I've done laundry before.
Well, I guess she said she's heard about that cats jump in there when you're not looking. If you leave the room.
Who's loading up half your laundry and then walking
just
away
maybe
and then
you're just
loading up the other half?
Well, maybe you're just loading it up and then you just leave real quick to go. I mean,
Do
what? Whatever you're
it takes
doing.
2 seconds to pour the stuff and hit play.
I mean, there's that. I feel like that argument. I feel like people can leave the laundry room.
I feel like that is true, but I still think this woman is stupid.
I have a pet tortoise who loves to hide in piles of dirty laundry. I think they kind of laugh about it here in a second.
Who the hell has a pet tortoise? That's not a pet.
No,
You
that's
have
like
a rock that
that's like
moves
saying
around.
a fish is a pet.
The fish are decorations. They don't care about you.
I think they laugh in a second.
Okay, good.
I can't remember.
That's helping us get through that. What are you doing?
It was a frantic trip to the animal ER.
Probably broke every speeding record in the city. to get
That's
in here.
her husband. He is like 30 seconds away from death.
That is her husband.
Yes.
And
They make out here in a second.
I just thought people are going to think I'm negligent. I'm just the opposite. I'm obsessive about. But I mean, he must have slipped in there when I turned my back. Oh, you can't come out of here.
Felix is now on oxygen support in one of the ICU units
He's a little survivor, that's for sure.
and showing gradual improvement.
We're not sure if he recognizes us yet, but he is with some of the vet techs and with us.
Poor cat.
He's like leaning forward and wanting to
Why?
be petted. You're gonna get better, okay?
What? Okay, so
that
what's
gives me
going
some
on with
hope
this
that
cat?
He knows.
It's dizzy as hell.
I'm so happy he's eating.
Well, just think, it's
Well,
not
all
just
it
the
did
soap
was
and
go
the
on a
water
cat
and the lack of air.
gravitron.
Proud of you.
That spin cycle. How does
We
a
do it
12-pound
for
cat
fun at
endure
the
that
fair.
and
Yeah.
live to meow about it?
I mean, when you see it, it's a blur. You know what I mean? He likes chin rubs.
Stephanie says Felix was born on a farm and has always had kind of a freewheeling and rambunctious personality.
He's just not
Not
your regular
pertinent
cat. He
information.
greets
No.
us every time we come to the door.
He acts like he owns the place.
Yeah, yeah.
He's just like the cartoon character. He's
Yeah,
all
her
over.
husband
Yeah,
is
that's how we
dying.
end up
He
feeling
needs to get
bad.
checked out
in
right now.
trouble.
Bye-bye. See you.
Some luck and pluck and the will to survive.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So
Well, Felix is still in critical condition, and those medical bills are adding up. So Stephanie's daughter has started a GoFundMe
No.
page to help with those costs. It's under Save Felix's Life, Cat Stuck in a Washing Machine.
Hold
By
on.
the way, it
Save
was warm water wash and
Felix's
cold water rinse.
Life, go
And,
fund me.
yeah,
I gotta see how much this thing is.
I got. He's rich though. Just pay for it, because there's no way he's not rich with her looking like that.
Okay, I need to ask you something really quick. I got the GoFundMe here. They have a goal here. Now, this is, man, I don't want to be mean here, but at what point do you go, I can't afford the cat anymore?
The cat seemed fine. What's
right,
wrong
right. But
with
I'm
it?
just saying with the medical bills. At one point do you go, I can't do this anymore with the medical bills. Let me do a
whoa.
price. Let me do a price, and then you tell me 1,000.
Yep, I'll do that.
2,000.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
5.
Depends. I heard from somebody they have a rule with pets. You get one big one.
Mine is, I guess you got to look at your financial situation. If I can't afford it, if I'm going to go into major debt and it's going to affect the family, I don't know. That's a tough situation.
My whole thing is you get. I liked the idea of you get one big one. You get one like $5,000 thing that happens. But
would you donate to this
No.
GoFundMe?
No.
They want $15,000. They're at $15,709.
Yeah, they got it. I mean,
and I can't get a damn boat on here.
That is true. We started to do a Kickstarter though. There's updates.
How's she doing? How's the cat doing?
Toss less than the amount of raise. 100% of the leftovers will be donated to charity.
Okay, so they are going to donate. They're going to pay the bills, and then they're not just going to go buy hats.
But you don't know.
You're right. I don't.
Like you don't. It's the same thing. Like when we did that call earlier this morning, and it was. Is this the second break of the hour? By the way.
Yeah, we got to get rocking.
Real quick. Why this morning we did a thing? Dude won like $40,000 from Mountain Dew.
Right.
Why do they even give that away? Because they never advertise who wins. They could say, "I'm going to give this away." I have no idea if people win.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hey, the next segment is going to be a quick one.
It's going to be very quick.
I would like to take a look at the best girl next door characters in TV history. I want to see if you agree with these. They're kind of like, oh yeah, she would probably date me in real life. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Not Winnie Cooper.
Well, she's on the list.
Oh God,
Jake and Tanner show.
Winnie Cooper.
Jake and Tanner Show. 71090 if you want to get a hold of us. That's the Ewart Pest Control text line. Or you can call 866-916-0959. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Ian Ziering?
Ziering. Something.
He's a dude he's a 90210 guy for anybody that's around my age. Maybe a little older.
This one?
Nope.
Who's that? I've seen him before.
Boy, I have too. But he's also opposite Tara Reid.
Is that Sugar Ray?
Oh, it is! That is Sugar Ray! Okay, we're talking about Sharknado here.
If you text TV to 71090, you can watch.
Because Sharknado franchise, it's done, but that doesn't mean that he's done making amazing Oscar-worthy winning films.
Wait, they're done with Sharknado?
They're done. Next up, Lo, Zombie Tidal Wave. Does that not sound amazing?
You're BSing?
No.
Okay, we gotta...
Is there a trailer for that? I didn't even look at that.
I have no idea.
Also, they're going to do a zombie tsunami. Anyway, Lo, Zombie Tidal Wave is being made by the same people who brought you the Sharknado, and it's going to premiere Saturday, August 17th as part of a weekend shark-themed sci-fi original movies. Do they have a trailer? Can you see if they have one of those?
Okay. Zombie Tidal Wave.
But when I'm listening to, I got lost in this Ian talking about Sharknado, and I found you do. Oh my God, it's 4 minutes. We can't watch that.
From 2 years ago. Never mind. I don't think it is.
Anyway, and I got listening to him, and everything when he's talking about Sharknado, he talks about how. I mean, he's taking it very seriously. He thinks... No. This is really mean to say. I don't want to say he thinks he's a really professional actor, but he's actually taking it like Daniel Day-Lewis takes his movies.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, this video, I found this video of him talking about he almost passed on Sharknado. Here, let's listen.
And is this like I wish I would have passed on Sharknado?
Gotta get out of here.
No, he's so happy he did.
When I got the offer for Sharknado, it was in early January. And as an actor... you get your health care from the unions, and you have to make so much every year to get that type 1
That's
coverage.
not him, is it?
Yes.
Well,
and he thinks he's a real
January,
actor?
And as I read Sharknado...
So can you pause that really quick? Because he said to keep your, what do you call that card?
SAG card.
SAG card. You gotta make so much money in movies.
I thought it was just lines.
Or that's what I thought too. Did he say lines?
It might. I don't know.
Well,
I was focused on his garbage movement.
Well, he said he's got to take movies to keep the SAG card alive, because apparently if you get a SAG card when you're an actor, that opens up many, many doors.
Yeah, because that shows that you've done something before.
Okay, go on.
Great about it. There were so many holes in the script left to be filled by visual effects. And when you're dealing with low-budget, independent science fiction filmmaking, I mean, you could be battling Sleestack or Gumby or whatever. You just don't know.
It's
very seldom Avatar quality special effects. So I said,
that's
to my
what we
wife,
got.
Honey, I don't know that this is really going to work. This is something that could actually bury me. I'm a little concerned. And with my daughter Mia on one hip, and
boy, you talk
my
slow.
other daughter Penna still inside of her.
Get through it, man.
Oh my God.
You need to go to work. And it was at that moment that it all really crystallized.
Basically, what his wife said is, I'm going to leave you if you don't start making money.
Yeah.
I'm all about now.
What she wanted to say was, you're not good enough to get a different role. Like, you know that this is what... Listen to the way you're talking to me right now. It's took you 45 minutes to tell me that you got offered a job today.
Jim on Demand just said, this guy sounds like a dollar store version of Charlie Sheen. Kind of does.
He does. He is a Dollar Tree version.
Do you know why he's glad he did it?
Because he needed money and he knows that he's not going to get money anywhere else?
After the first one... how many did they make? Like 6?
Yeah. He finally got recognized at a Sbarro.
He made $500,000 each Sharknado after the first one. So he doesn't care anymore how bad they are.
Oh.
So he doesn't $500,000.
So he doesn't think.
I think he knows they're crap.
Yeah, so he doesn't think, like, when he said you're not going to get, usually you don't get Avatar quality, he wasn't about to say, but we did. We got Avatar quality.
It sucks because he's trying to be such a professional actor and doing in doing it there,
Yeah.
but he knows how big of a joke this is.
Well, you're alongside, you star alongside Tara Reid.
But he doesn't have to work at
and Sugar Ray.
Best Buy. You know what I mean? He still can be an actor making money acting.
He still gets to call himself an actor.
And he makes, what the hell? I mean, he's making way more than us.
Yeah, so he's made $3 million on Sharknado
And now
movies.
he's got this new one coming out, the zombie tidal wave.
Oh man, things just don't go. Things just ain't working for Ian Ziering.
Hey, take from Jake and Tanner. We're going to be doing that in the next hour, in the 8 o'clock hour. It is the Jake and Tanner Show. about 55 minutes away from the Karen Hour. People that want their tunes are going to get it soon.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Jake and Tanner show. There's 3 people on the show. One of those being an executive producer who's out vacationing.
She's MIA.
Yeah. 2 hosts of the show. One of those being me. Hi, my name is Jake, and I'm so impressed with technology. And it's something so simple, and I shouldn't be impressed about, but my God, what we can do on our phones now.
It is amazing.
And I'll explain what happened to me on my car ride here. Next. Tanner, the other host. Hi, good morning.
Hi, my name's Tanner. I'm the other host of the show, and it is the morning. So and it's a LaCroix break.
That is. Brought to you by Lanacane.
What?
So...
What happened so fast?
I looked at the temperature. I got a Nest thermostat, and it amazes me that
you got it for free like me?
Yes.
Like I told you to?
Yes.
Hell
from my phone.
Yeah.
You can be wherever and control it. I'll be driving home. I'm 80 miles away from my house.
Yeah.
And I can control. When I go home, I'll be like, it's going to be a little too... And it tells me, it'll be like, it's going to take an hour and a half to get to 70 degrees in your house. But I pop that right down. That is amazing to me. That is amazing. I shouldn't be this impressed. I'm like an old man, but like if my dad were to wake up from being dead.
Yeah.
And being like, wait a minute, what do you mean you can... What is that thing that you're holding first and foremost? But you can control the temperature? Oh, my God. You would love it.
I know.
All dads love that.
I'm excited for like when we go to the Dells and I can turn off my AC and turn off everything. And then on my way home, I can just hit, I'd like it to be 72 degrees when I get there. And it just will be.
It's just, I don't know. I shouldn't be this. Like, I feel like if Sydney was here, she wouldn't care about the technology because she grew up with it.
Yeah.
Like, I am so close. If it wasn't for this career, I wouldn't even have a Facebook. A lot of my friends my age, they don't have them. Their wives have them, but they don't.
They do like a double.
Yeah,
like,
or if
like
they
Karen
do.
and Aaron's.
If they do have one, they don't post on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's really like, okay,
They're
I wanted to find
Farmville.
I wanted to find Michelle McDonald. Remember that? But she doesn't. There's a chance that when I try to find people that I graduated with, they may not have one.
Yeah.
You know what I
they
mean?
could just. It's just how it is.
It's funny, and maybe not, but I feel like maybe it's because I didn't grow up with a ton of technology. But like I feel like Sydney, I think everybody gets to an age where that stuff is not important anymore. But maybe growing up in it like it is, maybe they are going to be so used to the Instagrams and all that and the social media.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm still pretty into it, but I can tell you I'm definitely slowing down.
Where it's just like, I don't know, do you want to... Like for my thing is, it is not programmed for me to take a picture, put a funny tag on it, and upload it. Like mine is just, it barely is programmed into me to grab my phone and take pictures.
I don't like taking pictures either.
Or video. Like I just don't think, everything that I go for, hey, could this be content? It all goes for right here talking into the mic.
Yeah.
And the younger radio people coming up, they're doing a lot of social media.
Well, they're almost forced to.
Yeah, really.
In all seriousness. It's like you do that or you don't get to do your radio thing. But... yeah, like I'll do a super long Facebook Live, but that's the extent. Like I'm not just finding a video, trying to edit it and put it online like the YouTubers are doing. Like trying to come up with that kind of content, editing it into a nice thing. Basically, if I do a Facebook Live, it's watch me do this, and then maybe I'll get sprayed in the face with poop, and it'll be watchable.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. We were just talking about him. I'm going to switch gears really quick because I just found this. One day, while serving his time, Dwayne saw one of the inmates trying to escape. Now, this is in his own words. He ran up to the prisoner and tackled him to the ground to stop him from getting away. Not only did he stop the prisoner from escaping, but he also stopped the prisoner from being shot at by the wardens. He was taking off hard labor by the impressed wardens and made the prison barber instead. And it's around that time people started giving him the nickname Dog, and also around that time about becoming a bounty hunter, and he became friends with the warden.
Okay, so
they didn't tell him. It was a little
but
off.
not what you said, where the dude hopped the fence and then he went up to the guard and said, "I can get him."
Right.
He was running inside of the place and tackled him.
But it was somewhere.
It was
interesting. Would that not be an interesting job, bounty hunting?
Yeah, it seems like it would be. It's a weird. I feel like becoming a cop is fairly easy. You just have to go do a 2-year course. Like it's not easy like where anybody can do it, but I feel like if you're going to be a bounty,
short,
short and
mustache,
bald.
and have power trips. Kidding, not you. If we're talking about you, by the way, I drive an orange Dodge.
No, you don't. You drive
I have
either a black town and country.
You drive. I drive an orange Dodge,
Toyota
or I
Tacoma.
drive a motorcycle.
Doesn't matter. Apparently, I attract police officers to pull me over at this point.
You know, him doing his career in Hawaii, though, as a bounty hunter, I feel like
that's not fair.
Well,
That's
because
easy.
they can't go. You only have that
Yeah.
small island. They're going to be somewhere on the island. But like if you're around here, they got so many states they can go. It'd be a lot harder.
Yeah, that and it's like, oh, you're wanted in Milwaukee. I guess I'll go up to Green Bay. Like it's fine. It's easier. Like,
right.
to just get away.
Hawaii's is just kind of a smaller. I mean, obviously it's an island.
Yeah.
Why we're talking about that is because, he's in the news because his wife just ended up dying.
Yep.
From cancer.
Yep. Very sad. Very sad.
I wonder why that show got. I really enjoyed that show. I had the
watched
biggest
some
crush
of it.
on Leland.
Who in the hell is Leland?
That's his son. That was the other bounty hunter with him. I just liked him. I liked his no talking attitude. He said about 4 words.
How do you spell Leland?
And then Youngblood. I liked Youngblood. What happened to Youngblood?
Leland dog.
Bounty
God,
hunter.
I hate this stupid keyboard. L-E-A.
Somebody said Dog did bounties in Colorado. He did. I thought I remember him moving over there to Colorado. I wonder why. I wonder why he moved from Hawaii. Huh?
Dog.
What are you doing? Holy Lord, just type.
No, this keyboard is, the batteries are dead. And I don't want to go ask for batteries.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't either.
The bounty hunter son. Okay. There it is. Try to use the mouse on
Jeez,
it.
it only took 4 hours with your one finger typing.
That guy?
Go to images, though. He's an old man there. Well, he's not really an old man. Guy was in super shape. This is what he made me want to become a bounty hunter. Is that what he's doing now?
Probably.
I was going to grow my
It's
hair out
either
just like
that-
Leland and everything.
It's either that or he moonlights as a satellite dish with those ears.
Weird career. We should try it. Jake and Tanner's bounty hunting.
I hate bounty hunting. You know what he looks like? He looks like a discount version of Kevin from Shameless.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like if you couldn't afford him, it's like I guess I'll take Leland. Oh, hi, dog.
I have some things here you will never do again in your life. And tell me if you get a little sad on this.
Oh, I will prove all of these wrong and do all 15 today.
All right. Things that are taken away from us, like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Use a road map. When's the last time you've used like a road map in a vehicle, or have you recently?
I had to use MapQuest, and it had a map on it when I was getting my phone fixed, and I had to go to Verve.
Wait, you did? Did you have to print it off too?
I asked the guys at iFix or iFix or whatever. I was like, "Can you print me off MapQuest?" And that stupid kid's like, "I don't know what that means."
That's funny
And
because
like,
I
do it.
When I first went to Detroit, dude, I had to find my school going to Detroit for this radio school, if that's what you want to call it, and I had turn-by-turn directions on MapQuest and go 3 miles, and you had to follow them. At that time, you couldn't even reverse them. You had to reverse them yourself.
Yeah, you had to either, you couldn't just hit reverse.
Right.
You would have to now grab the one address, put it in start from, and print again. And nobody was gonna do that.
Well, how about if you like even just navigating using one of those just Garmin's that you stick to your windshield? Nobody uses Garmin's anymore, do they?
My older people do. Well, my in-laws do.
Just because they don't have their
They
phone.
don't have a smartphone, so they have that.
So that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I know truckers use them because they have special ones for trucks because trucks can't go on every road.
Right. How about things that have been taken away from us? Search for an artist in rows of alphabetized CDs. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't even know where you can buy CDs anymore. Maybe at Best Buy. Can you still buy them at Best Buy?
You can do it at Walmart, right?
No. Right?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Target? I thought Target is in bed with Taylor Swift or like all the...
Yeah, but I don't think... Yeah, but I think like you can... I don't think there's a section. Is there?
If that is, it's a really tiny section.
Remember Walmart, you could never get the unedited. You always had to get the edited versions at Walmart. Like that was their stance on music. Yeah, you couldn't get the unedited at
How
Walmart.
Annoying.
Yeah, so it's like, well, fine, I will take my business as Sam Goody then.
Some of these we've already went through, but I do enjoy some. Flip a cassette over to play the other side.
I rarely ever did that.
Do you remember the DVDs that did that? I had a DVD that did that.
Yes.
Goodfellas, I think, did it.
Titanic.
You had to flip it over, or you had to get it
side 2, and it only had it, and both sides were pivotal.
Annoying
to watching. Stupid. I remember getting two VHSs for Titanic. Came in that big pack.
Oh yeah. What about it? Do you got a disc tray in there?
No, in the computer?
They don't make those anymore, right?
No. Well, I think you can still get them, but
what
man,
for?
it's stupid.
What do you need that for?
The newest Macs don't even come with USB ports anymore. They're like normal USB
Wait, what do you
ports.
do then?
They're USB 3s or whatever.
What does
supposed
that
to be faster or USB-C. That's what it is. And they're faster. It's like the new norm for USBs where it's not, you can insert it anyway. It's smaller. Yeah, that's how that is now. And I think it's ridiculous. But I get it.
Target has a small section of CDs. Best Buy stopped them. They have CDs pretty much everywhere, just smaller selection, but still alphabetized. Walmart, Target, etc.
Oh my God. Do you know Walmart still has the push the button to hear these sounds
You
machine?
mean of the waves and the forest and the birds?
I saw one.
You should have did a recording of that.
The other day, and I think you can only see it if you truly believe. And I was walking through the candles, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, look at that!" And I went up there just like a kid again. I was like, "I'm gonna hit all these buttons." Oh, wheels and the
I'm
bus
gonna go to the
round and
groceries.
round. Yep.
And then I'll be back to pick you up in a minute. That's another thing. We've said it before, but you can't do that anymore. You can't just leave your kid in the toy section while you go grocery shopping.
I did this yesterday. So we have a trampoline in our yard.
Yeah.
It's got the net around it though,
No,
so
I
it's
get
like
that.
not as trashy. But I was like, well, I'm going to cook you lunch, V. You can go outside because now we live in a neighborhood where it's not on a main road.
Right.
And it's only the
That's
elderly.
nice.
And like I feel like I could take my neighbor in a fight. He's in his late 80s. I hope I can.
Right. Sometimes they have the old man strength, though, man, where they can.
My downstairs is now in its 80s, apparently.
I get that.
You
could probably talk to him about that.
Cooked noodle.
Hey, what do you do about that? And you guys have a nice little conversation.
Yeah, go back
over
to
great, nice warm thing of oatmeal.
Yeah.
Breakfast at 3:00 in the morning with him.
Yep. Dude, if my neighbor was up at 3 a.m, I'd go over there every day for coffee.
I sometimes drive by Sheik's and they're still partying.
That might make me feel bad.
Yeah, because I'll leave at 2 and they're still in the garage.
That's insane to me. What do they do? Because you're only leaving that early during the week.
Yeah, but
they all have jobs.
Well, they do, but Sheik's
they
job,
call
dude,
off.
it's just like he works sales, so he picks his own hours, and if he wants a day off, he has a day off. If he wants to watch some kind of sports ball.
Yeah, but so we have the big patio door, so I look out at the trampoline every now and then, and my daughter had kicked down the chair, the fold-out chair, because I mean that's how you get up there.
Sure.
She's little yet, so. And she was holding on to one of the supports, and the chair was pushed down, and she was like really trying to figure out what she wanted to do. And I'd open it up. You need some help? Dad! Help! Because she couldn't get down because it was too high. So then I had to run over there, and she's like, I knocked the chair down, and I didn't know what to do. And
She just thought that was her life now.
Yeah, she was like, I was just there, and I was like, well, I'm sorry, I wasn't watching you. And she was like, it's okay, you don't watch me a lot. And I was like, well, it's not what we need.
It's funny. My kid screamed bloody murder one time that's a whole nother topic too. When did your kid scream bloody murder and what did you end up finding when you ran into the room? I thought her arm fell off and she was stuck behind, she was getting the dog's ball. This was like 5 years ago. She's getting the dog's ball and she got stuck between the wall and the couch and she's screaming like this is where she lives now.
Like it was a trash compactor, like it was getting tighter.
I go, Piper, stand up. And she stood up. She's like, oh, that was it. And then she climbed over.
Yep.
I had to remind my kid to stand up.
You know what my stupid kid did yesterday?
What?
You know my stupid kid.
Please tell me.
So we got end tables for the ends of, they're tables at the end.
No, I get it.
And I was like, well, I'm going to put these together outside. Beautiful day. I'll do them both at the same time. You're just, finished 2 at the same time. And my daughter is like, I want to help. And I was like, cool. We're just unpacking it. And she grabbed one piece and she went, nope. And she whipped it behind her head onto the driveway. And now the front, and it was a pivotal piece, like one you saw.
Yeah.
And
Wait, did it break?
No, but it's dented on both corners now. And I sent a picture.
Kids do.
And this is what kids are. I sent a picture to my wife, and she said, oh my God, if you bite that? Because that's also a possibility that could have happened. That she could have I could have left her alone and she'd gnawed on a hunk of wood.
They ruin everything.
Like a dog.
My vehicles are nothing but scratch marks because all they do is scoot around it on their stupid scooters.
Yeah, my kid tried to draw on it with a rock.
Boy, we could be here all day.
Yeah.
Talking about why we hate our children.
That was the first time that I ever yelled at my kid to the point where she cried because she felt bad that I was yelling at her. Is when I said, "What are you doing? You can't just draw on my truck with a rock." And then she turned around and then I looked at her and she just tears running down her face.
Yeah, then you go buy her things then really quick. We'll go buy a Power Wheels, but I'm still mad at you.
My God. Oh, and my kid doesn't listen for anything.
Oh, welcome to everybody's kid.
But not only listen, she willfully will say no.
Again, welcome to anybody's kid.
Oh, God, does it get better?
Hell no. No.
Dude, what do you do to punish? I
cry.
I sent her to her room.
Okay.
Does
Where
that
they watch
help?
TV? No, because you go up to the room and then she's got YouTube on. Then you got to take the TV. And then they're just spoiled rotten. They need to go back and be forced. They need to go back. I wish I could punish them by taking away, like,
water
syndication. You know what I mean? Where you had to wait. That's what I should do. This is the new punishment. We can do this.
Yeah.
You got to wait Saturdays to watch your things, cartoons.
Oh my
That's it.
God, she would lose her mind.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through Sunday through Friday like that. Do you want to do that?
No, not really.
Dude, we are raising. A few generations back, it was the best generation. You and I are raising the worst generation.
No, I get it. That's why Sydney says
Sydney
says she has to train the young kids to sweep because nobody knows how to broom.
That's true. But you got Roombas and vacuum cleaners. Like my vacuum cleaner goes on tile and hardwood. So what's the point? Brooming is stupid.
We have a take from Jake and Tanner. Big thanks to Prospera Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance. We're going to do that next. It's a Jake and Tanner show.
Good morning, Jake.
We're gonna be doing the take from Jake and Tanner for $20 here in a minute. Big thanks to Prospera Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance. My God, was I so jealous yesterday? I was jumped on the bike, going to pick up my kids from school. They're doing like a few weeks of summer school.
Yeah,
this is free babysitting.
Woo, woo. And they learn.
And they learn. Like one class is creative coloring.
What?
Anyway,
isn't all coloring creative?
And my neighbors roll down with their camper. They got a really awesome camper going down the driveway. Yep. I thought it was them, but it was their friends who have a camper. And then my neighbors rolled down with them, and then they're like, hey, we're out of here. And I remember I was like, oh, yeah, they're going over to Michigan to do the, whatever it's called, Electric Forest.
What the hell is this?
It's a big music fest.
Okay.
And they're going kidless, and they're going with their friends, and they asked me to take their trash down, and it's just, I got so jealous. I know I'm going to Tennessee here in, 2 weeks.
But you're going with your family.
But he's just going with his wife. I don't know. It just seemed like it would.
How long are they going to be gone?
Until Saturday or
That's not
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're gone 4 days.
Electric Forest.
There it is. It's a big music fest over there in Michigan. I think over by Ludington, but I don't know.
Well, there's the first thing that we see is people smoking weed.
Well, I'm sure. Well, it's Michigan.
Wait!
Michigan, it's legal over there.
Weed officially not allowed at Electric Forest despite the legalization law.
I wonder why.
I am so against it.
I was, honest to God, really jealous yesterday.
Until you saw this?
No, I just was really jealous that it made me want to call you and go, hey, let's take Friday off. And then I went, it's so stupid to take Fridays off.
Yeah, because we can just leave.
You just get out early, and not early. Our hours are early, and you just get home.
Are these bands?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, are these?
Yeah, those are all bands.
I ain't never heard of none of these.
Well, probably not.
What the hell is the 12th Planet? Why are they headlining?
Well, no, they're just alphabetical order there. Oh, you never heard of Honey Dijon? Lettuce Nightmare?
Mustard.
Lettuce Nightmare?
Is this a sandwich?
Snails. I like that.
I've heard of Seven Lions.
Wait, T-Pain?
And then T-Pain.
T-Pain is there?
I've heard of Seven Lions and T-Pain. And I've heard of Honey Dijon, but I don't think it's the same.
Wait, you've heard who?
Of Seven Lions. They sang a song that you really like.
No,
yes,
that's
they
not
do.
True.
Listen here, idiot face. I'll show you one.
Alice in Wonderland? You can't
That's
take
a
that
movie.
name. Electric Forest is drug-filled hippie fest. He's going to have a blast. I wouldn't doubt it. Everyone does drugs there. Well, I wouldn't doubt it. He goes to all the... Do you know... He's the same guy that got his buddies around. He is literally the best dad on the planet. He's one of the dads in the neighborhood.
He's leaving his kids for 4 days.
Well, you got to do that. We do it when we go to Mexico.
That's true.
But I'm just saying,
throw some shade, man. Feel better than him.
It's hard because he won't drink in front of his kids. He doesn't do anything,
good.
And he builds them everything. You go to their. He does everything with these kids. He's the coach to everything.
Yeah.
But then when he lets loose, he paints his body silver and howls at the moon.
I'm sorry. Did you say that?
Well, I don't know.
Is that a word that happened?
I'm just saying. And then he goes and he's the same guy that got his buddies around, and I forget where it was, but there's a Juggalo.
No.
Fest. Yeah, it's a bunch of Juggalo
How is he a
fest.
good dad and a Juggalo?
Dude, I
that
don't know.
That can't be real.
He went to Burning Man. Him and his buddies went to Burning Man last year.
Burning Man?
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
It's that huge...
Yeah, the thing out in there in the Californias.
Is it California?
All the
that
desert.
Or
Nevada.
Nevada. I like that.
Nevada. Man, I really thought that was a band that you've known of, or maybe I've even heard of. Seven.
Oh, you don't know? You're thinking of 7 Years.
No.
That song.
No, it's they sound like it don't matter.
Delaware
is coming up. Yeah,
I don't know.
Born to Run.
Are you sure it's not Paul McCartney coming up?
Born to Run. Born to Run.
No, that's...
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So there are 2 bands called Seven Lions.
Okay.
There's 7 Lions spelt out, and there's 7 Lions with the number.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Because
you can't... That's like saying, we're AC/DC, and then you come up and you're going, we're Ekadeka. Or whatever, Ekada.
We're Ace... A-C-E-D-C.
Whatever it is.
And they spell it out like A-C-E-D-E-E.
Or Applebee's. Remember that gas station that was Applebee's?
There's off of Mequon Road, off 43, going north. There is a gas station, and you have to go down that and then hit a stoplight and take a left. And it's called Applebee's, but they spell bees different. And it's like, I don't understand why they stole the name, because at no point will anybody say, well, I tried to get to an Applebee's so I could get some 2 for $20 and some half-priced apps, but it brought me to this gas station, so I guess I'll just take a roller dog because I'm here. Now I don't need to eat no more.
All right.
No, this seems like it's fun, but they're not going for the music, right?
They're probably going for the music, but probably just hanging out with all their buddies, partying.
More probably the drugs and alcohol.
Probably.
Because I've only heard of T-Pain.
866-916-0959. We got to play a tape from Jake and Tanner.
Why does that even need to be said?
What?
Gorgon City, live. Are the rest of them not now? Am I watching... And Penuma, live. Is the rest of these just
Wait a minute.
video screens?
Whoa. What's down at the bottom? Are those all are there more artists?
Yeah, so those are the big ones. Those are the ones we're supposed to know about. And then these are the ones that you don't know.
Wow, there is a lot of musicians there.
Yeah, it's 4 days, but I only know T-Pain. And I'm not even 100% sure if he's going to be there.
What do they call you?
Me, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. Have you played recently,
Hi.
Melissa?
Well, I got Jake and Tanner, no.
You want to try that one more time?
Not from Jake and Tanner, no.
I'd love...
Oh, wait, have you won recently with anybody, though? Because once we put your name in the system, it won't work.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, God, you have one, and then we're going to go through all this, and then at the very end...
Well, I feel like I could dominate her in
that's
trivia.
Fine. Oh, good deal. All right, Melissa, you're going to play 5 questions. Tanner's going to be out of the room. Remember, if you get stuck, you can pass. Time willing, we'll get back to that question. And Tanner's not going to be able to hear you when he leaves. He's not going to be able to hear any questions or answers. He's going to come back in, get the same exact questions, but he's going to try answering more than you. If you win, not only are you going to get $20 from Prospera Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance, but you're going to get the title, the crown of champion for your Thursday, okay?
Okay, great.
Timer's going to begin when I'm done reading the first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. A single piece of coiled DNA is known as what?
A double helix.
What is it?
A double helix.
Who invented calculus?
I have no idea. Pass.
What is the currency of Australia?
I don't know. Pass.
Who is the youngest president in America? Who was the youngest president?
F. Kennedy.
What is my wife's favorite alcoholic beverage?
Beer.
Who invented calculus?
Albert Einstein.
What is the currency of Australia?
The urine. The euro.
All right, we're going to put you on hold, Melissa. Hang on real quick. You ready?
Is that your sandwich?
It is. What'd you do to it? What'd you do to my sandwich?
Nothing.
Can't leave it out in the car anymore. It gets too warm, and Angie frowns upon that. And I always liked it because it was like a warm little turkey sandwich.
Yeah, why? Wait, why does she dictate your sandwich?
Because she says it'll grow fungus, and I'm going to get sick.
You blink twice if you need help. Oh, God, look at how fast he's blinking.
All right, here we go. A single piece of coiled DNA is known as what?
A what?
A single piece of coiled DNA is also, it's known as what?
Strand.
Who invented calculus?
Thomas Edison.
What is the currency of Australia?
Pass.
Who was the youngest president in America?
In the United States of America?
Yeah.
Oh. Barack Obama.
What is my wife's favorite alcoholic beverage?
Why did you say that? White Claw.
What is the currency of Australia?
I feel like it's something stupid, like a kangaroo buck or something.
You gotta take it.
I said Leica. It's a toonie. That's a Canadian thing, I think.
All right, Melissa, we're gonna bring you back.
Holy cow!
All right, Melissa.
Okay.
Let's go
Did
through
you
these.
win?
You got your bell?
Am I gonna need it?
Hey, a single piece of coiled DNA is known as what? She said a double helix.
I think the whole thing is a double helix. That's how it is, right?
Tanner said a strand. It is a chromosome.
That makes so much sense now that you say that word.
I gave you the answer.
Yeah.
Makes sense when you give me the answer. Who
I
invented
understand.
calculus? She said Albert Einstein. You said Edison.
Oh, I don't know.
The answer is Sir Isaac Newton. Hey, what is the currency of Australia? She said the urine.
The
I'm
urine?
about to say euro.
Tanner said
a toonie.
Toonie. It's the Australian dollar.
Oh, well, what a stupid punch.
Hey, what was it's 0-0, by the way. Nobody's gotten anything. Who was the youngest president in America? She said JFK. You said Barack. It is Theodore Roosevelt.
How old was he?
I don't know. Don't have any more information than that. What is my wife's favorite alcoholic beverage? She said beer. Tanner said White Claw. White Claw is correct.
Oh, I dominated you.
She has so many favorite alcoholic beverages.
Anything that makes her forget about who she's married to.
Oh, that's so sad, but it's very true. Seems unfair that I got attacked by that, but all right, Melissa, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I feel dumb.
No, you shouldn't. Those are kind of difficult today, as I had to get those really fast because I was late and I forgot.
I feel dumb about it.
So $40 tomorrow. Again, thanks to Prospera Credit Union with Life Stage Personal Guidance. Hey, is the Tom Cruise Justin Bieber thing happening?
Dude, I don't know, because I have heard somewhere that there was a private conversation between them saying it was gonna happen.
Let's talk more about this next with the Jake and Tanner Show. Tanner has an important question he's going to ask here in a second. I do. This is the last segment of the show. We're going to go into the Karen Hour. Lots of music coming up. Also, Hey Friday tomorrow. Wow, so we're already there. We're going to let you know about the Tropical Takeover at 9 a.m. Is it 9 a.m.?
I believe so. 9 o'clock, right before the Karen Hour truly begins. We will tell you where we are going and how you can get involved.
Very excited. So you were asking a question. What was it?
Do you use your spoon while you eat spaghetti?
And see, I thought you were a crazy person. I go, well, no, I don't understand. And then you did the example of
like a fancy person where they use the spoon to form the twirl around the fork.
I don't make that much money to use a spoon. I feel like that's a rich person problem.
It seems like it is a higher class to do something.
Because you don't want to get it all. I don't do spaghetti because I hate the noodles.
Spaghetti.
The noodles slapping my face.
See, that's why you need the spoon.
Well, I'm just saying, I hate. Yeah, right.
You get a little dribble on your chin, but you gotta.
You know what I do for the kids? When they were really
cut it
young,
up?
I will take the pizza cutter and just run over it like crazy because then they're little noodles. Now Piper loves that. She loves spaghetti. Boy, we haven't had that in a while.
I hate spaghetti.
I'm not the biggest fan unless I put a ton of burger in it.
See, dude, I am not you people.
Yeah, I love burger in my spaghetti.
You people are insane
it's
to me.
It's the only way to eat it because then it's just not ketchup and noodles.
No, you get. Listen here, you wrong SOB. One, season your sauce. It doesn't come out when it comes out of the can. You got to season it more.
I call it ragu.
Ragus. You got to season it more than that. B, regular sauce, meatballs. Screw you people and your weird hamburger helper, Italian hamburger helper stuff. That's pretty much what you're making.
I actually use like the burger. I don't really get hamburger helper.
But that's what you're basically making.
Isn't a hamburger helper cheesy? Isn't that
not
like weird?
Not everything.
What is the difference? What's the difference between hamburger helper and just burger?
I'm really confused in your question.
Well, okay, because this is a hamburger helper.
You have to add hamburger to a hamburger helper. Like, it does not come with freeze-dried hamburger.
I don't know if I've ever... I don't know if
That's
I've ever
why I looked at you so stupid, because I was so confused.
I don't think I've ever had hamburger helper. I've had to growing up.
God, you had to have.
Get some hamburger helper up here.
Let's look at some cheeseburger macaroni.
Is that all it is? It's macaroni and cheese with just burger in it?
Yes.
It feels like a poor person food, and I guarantee I've had it growing up. Oh, that's goulash. We made goulash at home.
This is hamburger helper.
You
can get cheesy macaroni.
See, I don't like cheesy.
You can get cheeseburger macaroni. Hold on, I don't know why I clicked on that. Go back, because I just want to look at them. Go back.
Somebody said, who doesn't put a hamburger in spaghetti?
Dude, it is. You're all wrong.
Are you as hungry as I am right now talking about all this?
Yeah. No, you can get cheesy enchilada, bacon cheeseburger. You can get Salisbury.
They look creamy. It looks all nasty and creamy, and I don't do that. I'm not a fan of that. Well, I'm not a fan of that.
But basically, what you're doing when you add hamburger to your spaghetti sauce and then you put it on top of noodles, you're basically just making
pretty close.
build-it-yourself hamburger helper.
It's pretty close.
It's regular sauce that you doctor up with your own spices.
Jake talking about hamburger helpers like Bill Gates talking about groceries.
Yeah, or Oprah talking about gas prices. Oh, I've never had your poverty. What is it? Come with meat that is in a box?
My wife...
Because you were about to say I put real hamburger in it. I
was going to say that. My wife... will not let the kids have ramen noodles because she thinks they're so bad for you.
Well, the sodium in them is really bad. You can get the low sodium packets.
Well, dude, I will throw them in the cart, just hide them in there, and then my kids go nuts on ramen noodles because they are really good. You want to talk about a poor person food?
Dude.
Ramen noodles is the poorest person food
I like
ever.
to doctor it up a little bit. I cook the noodles in the seasoning and everything, and then I take a little peanut oil into a pan.
Sure. Ooh,
with some either teriyaki sauce or some soy sauce, and I just toss them up a little bit.
Yeah,
making me wet, my mouth wet.
Yeah,
well, drooling is what some would say, but no. But I don't believe in it. I only believe in.
I'm trying to think
meatballs and sauce or Alfredo. I like
hot
Alfredo.
dogs. Hot dogs are kind of poor people food. This is really. I want to say this when I say poor person food. Please
because we've all had it.
Because we've all had it. I've been there. I grew up really, really poor. And what are some other?
It's budget food, pretty much.
That's a better way to.
Hot dogs. I have so many things.
Mac and cheese,
dude.
Oh, you know what my nephew would do? Sorry, his dad didn't have a lot of money when they were going through this whole divorce.
Yeah,
he's got to pay. They had pancakes all the time.
Dude, I love pancakes
because you get that huge box.
Yeah,
and they had them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pancakes,
dude. Heaven. I'd be in literal heaven. No, I made. My wife got like off-brand like Food Club macaroni and cheese. Almost left her, and I was like, because it was last week Wednesday or maybe 2 weeks ago, and my daughter's like, I want food, and I was like, I want macaroni and cheese and hot dogs.
I can't do that together,
dude. Those are awesome. I don't even know why you have become a terrorist, but you're definitely not an American. And I was like, screw you. I'm gonna make homemade macaroni and cheese. So I did the noodles. I made my own cheese sauce, and then I
it's such a process,
dude. It was like you got to make a roux.
How annoying!
A roux or whatever, a roux or whatever, where it's like butter and flour and milk, and you got to mix it so it doesn't burn. And it was a real pain. But then I just chopped up hot dogs and put it in the oven. I didn't have breadcrumbs, so it was just hot mac and cheese. It was fine. It was better, but it was better than the Food Club garbage that I was about to feed my kid.
And somebody's put on here cinnamon toast. My mom used to make cinnamon toast as a dessert for me. Butter up some bread, toast it, butter, cinnamon.
Oh, see, we had sugar too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Cinnamon, sugar. Yeah, together. Mix it up. Yeah, that was really good. Buttered noodles.
I did that 2 days ago.
Does your kid go nuts on buttered noodles?
No, I refuse to make her butter noodles because I hate the smell. I hate the smell of just butter and noodles. That and Cheerios. Cheerios aren't allowed in my house. They smell like pee.
What about Dr. Bob?
I don't know what that is.
Dr. Pepper, but an off-brand. Dude, have you ever had these? We used to eat these, and I hated them because we'd have them once a week, and they're those pot pies that you put in the oven.
Dude!
Oh, I don't mind pot pies, like the good ones you can get like at Costco.
Like Sara Lee? Oh, the big one?
Yeah.
Screw the big ones. Dude, you need to have the personal size one because the crust, man, that crust just hits you different, man. It was better. I don't know what it was about that crust.
Tuna noodle casserole made the list.
That's the grossest thing I've ever heard.
So dude, tuna bad, yuck. I remember I had to force that down because that was dinner one time, and Mom's like, "That's it. This is what we have."
I guess I'm starving.
I had to force that down.
I
still remember this today. This is what's wrong with me.
If anybody in front of me at like a Subway gets a tuna melt, and then they say toast it, I will leave that Subway. You are a problem, and you're draining on society. You suck.
Dinty Moore beef stew. We used to eat that too. That's a budget food.
What the hell is Demi Moore?
Dinty.
Oh, I think it's the Demi Moore's beef stew.
Maybe,
and I was like,
maybe I did. That
she had a beef stew line?
That should be a video.
It bet you it had hair in it.
Yeah, Demi Moore's beef stew. I'd watch that.
I've never heard of this. Salisbury steaks, remember they'd come in like that?
We used to do those too.
The package. Dude, I love those. Mashed potatoes, instant mashed potatoes are still my favorite. And
Hungry Man Jack or them.
But then you grab it. Or the ribs that aren't ribs, but they're in that shape, like whatever. I grabbed it and I was like, well, I'm going to put this in the oven because I remember eating this as a kid. And I was so happy. And then I looked at it and it's like, please preheat the oven to 425 degrees and insert this for over an hour. It's like an hour and 10 minutes. I was like, hey, I ain't got time for that. I bet you I still have a pack of Salisbury steaks I've been bringing from house to house to house because I just don't have time to wait an hour while these garbage fake meat get hot in an oven.
All right, so hey, switching
Why
gears
didn't you
here.
cook that long?
TMZ may have uncovered more evidence in this Justin Bieber. Okay, if you don't know this, Justin Bieber called out Tom Cruise saying, hey, I want to take you on in a cage fight.
Yeah, for some weird reason.
We called out Murphy. We never got it. Or did we get a response?
I think they said we were being immature, but that sounds like cowards talk.
That's all they got. That's all they can say is, oh, those guys are so... Because what else? I mean, the shows are completely different. Ours is better.
Yeah. It's not...
So that's all they can say is like, you don't want to listen to them because they're garbage.
It's okay. They're not... It's better. It's different. Their show is like... ISIS.
Yes.
ISIS. Some people really like ISIS and they enjoy the thing that ISIS does.
That's some people.
But our
we don't
show is like
that.
America.
Right.
And everybody loves America. Sure, some people hate it, but they still come here because it's better. They know it's better than ISIS.
You listen to us, you get a American flag, a Bible, and a shotgun. That's what it feels like listening to us.
Yeah.
I don't know what that meant.
We just got the weirdest texting in the world, by the way.
I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm still drunk and I just pooped my body weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information, 6377.
So anyway, Justin Bieber, Tom Cruise, apparently there's evidence that this fight is no joke. Hey, remember when UFC boss Dana White said that he talked to some, quote, real guys about this fight?
Yeah?
Well, it sounds like those guys were somebody, Emmanuel and Scooter Braun.
I don't know what those words are.
I don't know. He's that one guy that was Emmanuel's CEO of William Morris in Denver, which owns the UFC.
Okay.
And Scooter Braun is Bieber's manager. Source says they had well, yeah, but where's Tom? You need Tom to do this.
Yeah, you got to talk to his manager, Cthulhu, or whatever that thing is.
He said, quote, he believes Cruz ain't. If Cruz does this, you might as well just sign up for Dancing with the Stars because your career this is what it is.
Unless he beats the hell out of Bieber and then goes right back into shirtless spy movies. That's pretty much all he does. We're just asking him to take a real punch now.
I don't want him. I want those shirtless spy movies still.
It's a lose-lose situation for Bieber.
That. Yeah.
Sorry. It's a lose-lose situation for Bieber. It really is. Because what happens?
If he beats an old man.
You either beat up a guy that's 31 years older than you, or you lost to a guy who's 31 years older than you. Like it's like fighting a child. There's no upside to it. You might feel good on the inside, but deep down, you know that you still beat up a kid.
Hey, real quick, let's do caller. What do you want? Because we got to give away these tickets to see comedian Sean Patrick Moore. We usually don't just say caller whatever, but we ran out of time. Yeah, caller one, comedian Sean Patrick Moore, Skyline Comedy Club, Appleton, July 5th and 6th. Tickets available right now at skylinecomedy.com, or you can win them right now for free. Tickets are for the July 6th show at 7:30 p.m. I'm sure it's not a.m. Make sure to tell each of your winners. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. All right. Anyway, so we're going to take caller 9 also, or no, caller 1 for this.
Caller 1.
Also, tomorrow, right around 9 a.m., we're going to tell you about the Tropical Takeover, the J&T's Tropical Takeover.
Man, you're going to want to go, because last year was such a, literally ask anybody who was there. We had stations and travel agencies from around the country asking us and Chris Terry, why was yours so much funner than every other?
And they said that. They go, usually when we do our live broadcast, there's like 5 people that show up.
Yeah.
We had the whole group basically show up, and they go, we ran out of alcohol. This is at like 7 in the morning.
They were like, agencies and radio stations are trying to figure out what was that secret thing that we did that made our group have so much fun there.
Alcohol.
It was alcohol. But
and
it was
from
also
Wisconsin.
Because we were involved. It's not like that other ISIS show where people had said you would go there, you'd see him at the airport on the way there, and you'd see him at the airport on the way back. Jake's doing body shots off of people.
Yeah, that's happening. Not next year. I got to put a limit on body shots. And maybe
a
one.
limit on body. No, it should be a 0 limit. Or you either have your limit is 0 or you have no limit. You can't say like I'm only going to do 5 body shots.
Karen Hour, more music. We're going to do it next.